see if I got my sound working good. Can you hear me out there? I can see we got 3 viewers logged on. That's awesome, Sauce. Appreciate you being here. I'm going to get things started off and take our time doing some things, getting set up for tonight's broadcast of the election results coming in. And I believe the polls close at 7 p.m. And we'll be ready for it and be plugging away on all the information out to you. I hope everybody still has the link. If you need the link, I'll put it on the chat box up here, and you can watch the results flow in as we get them real time. Now there will be a slight delay because I literally have to put them in manually. I've got everything figured out except for how to actually pull that information in automatically. Pretty proud of myself for what I got done so far. If you're coming to us from far and beyond, let us know where you're coming from. It's always interesting. If it sounded all right, I think I got it hooked up. I got some new gear. Got a Rode podcast mic and some new software. And so literally I'm learning as we're going. Got some music going in the background. Of course, you hear that. I was on earlier today and was playing some music from Spotify, and lo and behold, neither Facebook, hey, Wisconsin, voted early, good job, good, thanks, Jack, for joining us today from Wisconsin. Go Badgers. I'm a Hawkeye fan. I don't have my paraphernalia broadcasting right now with me. Don't want to be sued by that $11 million coach we got. Of course, that's supposed to be funny, but you know how that goes. How'd you think did you mail in vote, Jack, from Wisconsin? I'm assuming you did. It seemed like it'd be a long drive to vote. We were at the St. Robert Community Center here in St. Robert, Missouri, and gotta say, flawless. County clerk's office did just a wonderful job getting that thing coordinated, and the elector, well, I think awesome. Thanks, Jack. We had a great experience in the St. Robert Community Center, the Pulaski County clerk's office, and all the monitors. Did a great job. I can't speak highly enough of them. There was no flaws. We were in and out there in 15 minutes. We were very happy about that. So definitely. So stay tuned. We're going to be moving forward. If anybody wants to join us here online, video or by microphone or whatever, I can actually bring you on. I can bring up to 11 of you. Tell us about your election day experience here in Pulaski County. If you need the link to, yes, Missouri. Yeah, I don't think, Jack, I could probably find the Wisconsin Go Badgers election results, but I don't think it's probably what you're looking for. While funny, again, I don't think it's what you're looking for. So what we'll do is, when 7 o'clock rolls around, we'll start looking at the polls and looking at the results at the state level, at the state Secretary of State. And he's got the website set up, and I'm able to extrapolate the data from there, put them on my website if you want to look at them there. We can talk about it. I can bring you in live with the microphone or a camera. Remember, we are in Pulaski County, Missouri, not in Wisconsin, but welcome, Jack, regardless of the fact, wherever you're at. Welcome you chiming in. Maybe make my stats look a little bit better, who knows. Playing around with some settings here in the microphone in the studio and stuff like that. As you can see, the studio is literally in my office at my house. Usually I have the background replaced, but I got tired of looking at myself that way. So as long as you can hear me right, you can hear some music in the background, maybe a clap here and there and stuff like that. Does that work? I'll be tinkering a little bit. See if this works. It worked. I heard that. I'm assuming everybody else heard that too. So Got 7 viewers. Let us know where you're in if you want to talk about your experience voting today here in Pulaski County, Missouri, or anywhere for that matter. We'll talk about the politics that's going on in the country. Whatever floats your boat, we'll bring you on board and we'll talk about it. So I'm going to change screen here and you can see what it looks like. Assuming you can see me just fine. You'll see I got a little block there. I'll bring the guest if anybody wants to join us here in the studio virtually, of course. We'll bring you in right there. Matter of fact, I just figured out that I really don't need your face. I just need the microphone if you want to chit-chat. I don't have a telephone set up, dial in if you want to talk about it, Oh, there's the cats. We get quiet with the cats. I tell you what, there's something else. Trying the noises and stuff like that. Anybody from the other cities other than St. Robert, how'd the voting go for you guys? Poll is closed in less than an hour. If you need the link to the results page that we've got created here at Pulaski Talks, just let me know. I'll throw it in the chat dialogue. Whatever it takes to make it better, that's what we'll try to do. Absolutely. We get a little ice water.
Voy a cantar esta canción con mucho cariño de mi corazón a la República Dominicana, la casa del merengue y la casa de la bachata.
That was nice. A little break things up a little bit. But anyway, if you want to come in, you want to join us, you want to talk a little bit about what's going on today in the election world here in Pulaski County, Missouri, or abroad, just let us know. Put your name in the chat, and I need an email address. I can send you the link, and what I do is I bring you in virtually, put your face right there, and we have a little dialogue. Of course, we want constructive dialogue and stuff like that. You can argue politics all you want. It's not going to change anything in this little corner of the world. But once again, we can talk about I want to give credit to the Pulaski County folks working at the St. Robert Community Center. That's the only one I experienced with. Smooth process, I got to say. I'm going to pull up the actual results page, if you guys will give me a second. So you can track along. I can bring that on the screen real quick. I got too many monitors, I swear. There we go. Let's see if that's it. I think I found it. Yeah, give me a second and I'll pull it up. I've got a 49-inch monitor. I've got a 34-inch monitor trying to make this all work. It was amazing during this election cycle, and I talked with a couple of the candidates, people around when they're going around and stuff like that. And it's just amazing the amount of money from outside of Missouri was flowing into Missouri for these things. So it's just really impressive. Give me a second here. I got the window open. If my cats could do their jobs, I'd bring them in myself. Of course, that blows everything up, but don't worry. We'll get it fixed right away. That's what the page looks like. Live results will start plugging in here. Let me get that. Live results. There we go. That looks more like it. And you can see the page up there if you want it. I'll actually copy and put it on the chat. For those on telephones, I'm sorry about that. I'm switching your stuff. For those that don't know, when you're broadcasting this stuff, you have to broadcast in two formats. One's vertical and one's horizontal. One's for people that's on the phone and like to prefer to follow along on their phones and stuff like that rather than a regular computer with 489-inch monitor. But if you scroll down here, we'll go through the day and we'll start plugging away, entering these numbers and stuff like that for each of the areas we're following. We'll do our best to keep up. It may take, we might have a slight delay, but I think we'll keep up with the state. And we get our data not only from the state, but also our Pulaski County Clerk's office as they publish it on social media. And I try to capture it between me and the cats. We'll populate this page and you'll be able to watch it in real time. Actually got a little refresh button, as I said in the alert when I was on last night. But you can scroll around, look at each of the Senate District 16 coming along. Virginia Staubs, Democrat, House District. Keith Pritchard, Ben Rudy for 121. And the Democrat candidates. Pretty proud of this little widget, as they say. But I invite you all to check it out. I'm going to put the link into the chat little platform here. Once again, let us know where you're from, how your voting experience was, if you voted today. Was there any issues that you were surprised to find out? Sign up for our newsletter. You see it right there on the page right there at the bottom. We try not to advertise or plug away. It's free. We actually haven't got that on the ground, but we're going to start picking up speed here once the primaries are done. Ask Ariel on us. Sorry, I was just there and I was thinking it was convenient. Is this St. Robert, Ariel? Oh, thank you so much. Appreciate the comments. Had a lot of work on it, a lot of work and a lot of learning new tools to come along. So we're excited for the results to come in, see how it comes. This has been the most exciting election since I've been here since 1999. And since we started tracking, getting involved with it a little bit, doing the interviews and the like. Give me a second here. I'm going to take a quick siesta break and get some ice water in my face. I know you don't want to hear me chewing on that, so I'm going to mute my mic for the sake of convenience and politeness for you guys. Well, that's awesome. I'm glad to hear the courthouse voting went smooth as silk. That's always good to hear. Always good to hear. There's not much room down there, and sometimes you're in the hallway trying to fill out an election form. And so it's not always that convenient unless they had to set up some tables and chairs downstairs or something like that. Awesome, Dewey. Appreciate you chiming in. Glad to hear it smooth at the poll. Crocker, Missouri. Bedrock of Pulaski County. Everything's based coming out of Pulaski County depends on Crocker. Everybody knows it. It's just not quite public knowledge until it was just announced now. So I've got some interesting history articles on Crocker, how it was founded by aliens, funny election practices, competition between Crocker and Richland, Dixon, the real truth behind it. We won't get into that here. So we're reporting good at the courthouse, reporting good at the Crocker. St. Robert couldn't be better. I could not think of a way to make it any better while I was there. Let me catch up on my comments. Oh yeah, you probably heard me talking about that, Mr. Resch, about all the money, all that money coming in. We actually had the numbers piled up here somewhere in my notepad. How much money? Millions of dollars coming in, and these PACs do not have to be endorsed, or the candidates have no control whatsoever. The messages these PACs are sending out on behalf of them. Mr. Pritchard actually took a video, and he had all those flyers that were attributed or about him and what he does and how he supports everything that he really doesn't or does. Who knows? I'm not really sure off the top of my head. But he just swiped him off and threw him in the trash can. He could tell the frustration at it because I was questioning him in his campaign, so you support this. And, of course, I had already dug into the PACs and the millions of dollars that were going through Pulaski County and Senate District 16 and Bill Hartwig. Pardon my French. We do speak French on here. But he was getting extremely frustrated by the attack aids by the Esther PAC, which is supporting indirectly, as you say, Hannah Kelly, but I believe it's hers supporting her. And I looked in the background, but it's just a mess. It's really a mess. It really looks bad on the candidates the way this is set up. The PACs could just basically do what they want without any input by the candidates. Literally have to deny it. They have to deny it that they are not associated with that, unless it, even if it benefits them, they have no control over what the PAC says, and it's really sad. And what's funny, even more funny, is that the money feeding these PACs are not from people in Missouri. So you can be assured that they do not have Missouri's best interest at heart. They have their best interest, whether it's a casino, slot machines, what have you. And I just thought it was hilarious, the stuff they were putting out there, especially about the transvestites or the drag queens in prison doing sex changes and stuff like that. There's not an ounce of evidence, not an ounce. Pardon me, I had to get a little ice water in my veins. Yeah, there's those kitties There's those kitties. I'm trying to still get the rest of the stuff to work out and sounds and music and such like that, but kind of breaks the stream. If you're just chiming in, I see we got a couple, 10, 20 more people chiming in. Welcome aboard. We're just chatting it up right now as we wait for the polls to start closing in about 44 minutes. And as I was saying at the beginning of this episode, if anybody would like to come online with me and talk to me in this little diagram room here, as you'll see on your monitor, I'll put your face and you can talk, and I can have up to about 10 or 11 people at the same time. And what I do is I send you a private link and I bring you in at a certain time, and we can have a conversation. We can talk about how it went, the politics of the day, the weather, which is 90 degrees right now. 89 tomorrow, or at 7, forecast tonight's 89 degrees at 7 p.m., 80 degrees at 10 p.m., and 76 degrees at 1 a.m. It's going to be a nice night tonight. Tomorrow's going to be a scorcher. It looks to be about 97 in the morning. Yes, I can do weather reports. I've got some gadgets here. Dewey knows what I'm talking about. We like gadgets here. And again, we've got a new mic. Virginia, thank you for chiming in. Appreciate it. If you'd like to join us again, just let us know. I'll send you the link. You come on board virtually, wherever you're at, as long as you got good signal and microphone and webcam. Give me a second while I feed the ice monster. Yes, I have a thing for Latino music and Cubano music. Just awesome. Just awesome. Yeah, I know. The cats get upset a little bit sometimes, and what can you do? What can you do? I was just looking at the page. Let me pull up the page. I'm going to give away a little secret where you really don't have to wait on me for these state level elections. But I'm going to share something real quick. Let me go back to my anchor thing. Let's capture. There we go. Now, if you see this webpage right, this is where I'm going to get the information other than county votes. And the link should be up there in the top. If you go to the Secretary of State's website and you actually pull this data in for Pulaski County, and you scroll down, I know it's kind of small on the screen right now, but you can go to that website. It has all the elections going on, all the precincts, and how many's reported for state center and the like. You can see us down there, District 121, 124, constitutional amendments. Track those at the Pulaski County level. And if you go back to all results, you can actually pull the entire state results for the state level offices, and what's more important for those that are tracking the amendments, you can actually see how it turns out at the state level with all 3,225 precincts. I don't understand the state senate district, the 72 precincts. Well, that's funny. We've got 72 precincts outside of our district. Ain't that amazing? Did not know. I'm just scrolling through here and learning as we go. If I missed you, oh, thank you so much, Ash. Exactly. Oh, he cooks. I'll have to remember that. Caliente. I asked him if he practice my Espanol with him. But going back to the page I brought up here, if you scroll down to the bottom, and you can actually see the results at the state level for the amendments in each of the offices, state representatives, and it's a bundle. I can't imagine the work that our folks down at the county courthouse, county clerk's office are doing. Obviously, they're responsible for elections, and to me, as far as me and my house, these guys are doing a bang-up job, and got some big shoes to fill with David Ernst retiring, and 3 candidates in the Republican side for that office, and you can see that on the tracker there in the results. So, if I think this thing goes on forever. Give me a second. Increase my font size a little bit for people like me that are a little bit older. Wow, that thing just goes on forever. I don't know how many counties we got in Missouri. A lot. There we go. Constitutional Amendment 31 is there's 3,235 precincts got to report in and finalize before the night's over, before we'll know the outcome of the constitutional amendments on all 3 of those. So kind of tells you all over the state, people like David Ernst's team down at the county clerk's office are crunching numbers, bean counters for those who are like federal workers like I used to be at the end of the fiscal year. You are really just working like crazy to get the end of year reports done. And so, but if you'd like to track this yourself and you want to go to that website, let me know and I'll post a link to it in the notes here in the comments. Be sure to share with everybody what we're doing. If you're coming from outside of Pulaski County, Missouri, around the lake, around the state, we had a Badger fan come in here accidentally. Jack thought it was we were going to talk about his elections up there in Wisconsin. But appreciate Jack tuning in with us. We got this ice maker, and it makes those little pieces of ice, and the things like crack. I'm guessing they're like crack. And that is, they are addictive. You just want to fill it up, crunch on the ice a little bit, and go. And I mean, it's just a wonderful thing. Yeah, I know it's swing and a miss. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Now, the plan was also earlier in the year, earlier than the election cycle, we were going to host a debate here between the Senate District 16 candidates virtually. And Bill Hartwig's folks and myself talked about it, and he was very supportive of it, but it kind of was overcome by events, and it would have really been something. We hosted the first ever sheriff's office debate in my garage, and we're really proud of being able to do that. Again, if you link and please and address, yes, ma'am. Megan Sheffy, thank you so much for chiming in too. Now you have to search for it. One is the search in the all fields, being searched by county too. Kind of giving away my thunder with the effort on my webpage that I'm going to pull this stuff in. But that's a good starting place for you, and it gets you started. Anybody that wants to use it, no pride of authorship because I didn't author it. I won't speak for the cats. Zoe's up there in the sleeping realm, in their sleeping arrangements. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to break for nature. I'm going to shut my camera off. I'm going to put some pleasant music on for you to enjoy. And I'll be right back in there in a few momentum.
Voy a cantar esta canción con mucho cariño de mi corazón.
Guess that song wasn't as long as I planned it on. Welcome back to everybody. Doug Fowler here out of the undeclared capital of St. Roberts, southwest, south central, southeast Missouri, St. Robert, Missouri, gateway to Fort Leonard Wood. If you're coming into this broadcast from outside of that area in Pulaski County, Missouri, let us know. We'd love to hear where you're coming from. We've already had someone from out of state searching for Pulaski County, Wisconsin. Hey, I got a Facebook alert. With all the broadcast articles and videos that I've done so far, Facebook decided to reward me with $6. Dang. They're rolling in it this week. Rolling in it. If you've been around the voting area or you'd like to and had a good experience, let's hear about it. Put it in the chat comments and stuff like that. Let us know how it went for you. Sure love to hear. It is going to be a hot one. It's 89 degrees right now here in St. Robert, Missouri. Going to be up to about, drop to about 81 by 10. 77 degrees at 1 a.m. in the morning. I guess I could have brought that up here. I actually have a news ticker that goes across the screen. People seem to like. Awesome sauce. I got these, what they're called stream decks. If I show you on my camera, let's see. I don't have it. Here we go. For those that are into podcasting and don't have these, goodness gracious, I got 3 of them. I got a new hobby I'm picking up for some reason. Simulated racing. My son does it out of Kansas City, and him and his wife both have a simulator set up in their house, And I convinced myself without much stress or effort to jump on board that little bandwagon. So I got me one of those simulators too. And we'll be starting up a Pulaski Talks racing club, I think. Still in the formulation process for that, though. So, again, we're waiting. If you want to know what's going on between now and 7 o'clock, we're sitting there just jib-jabbing, passing time, and getting to know everybody that's chiming in. If you'd like to come on board, video, face, I'll bring you on board virtually with a webcam and a microphone, put you right on screen right here with me and the cats, and everybody can see you. Have a conversation about the politics of the day. Talk about all the hate attacks going in between the candidate PACs, how the PACs do not necessarily reflect the true nature of the candidates or their aspirations or goals or their beliefs, and that the candidates do not have control over the PACs. They have no interaction with them whatsoever. Give me a second. I got to turn my light on. Pardon for the glare. I'm follically challenged, and sometimes that results in a shining example of why I should join the hair club for men. I got the huge desk, U-shaped desk. Oh, there we go. Much gooder. And it fell down again. Son of a... Oh, there we go. Now you can see me. Got to get that out of the way. Again, I'm Doug Fowler, Pulaski Talks. We're down to 2 viewers. Everybody chimed out. We're probably coming back at the 7 o'clock as the numbers come in. I don't blame you. We'll be... Can you still hear me? I can hear. I can't hear my speaking. My. I can see everything going good. Let me check. Seems to be going okay. My headphones decided to quit on me. Maybe it's because they're battery powered and I've never changed the batteries. We're going to go with that. That's about right. My little light dropped again. Between USB-C, USB-A, USB-B, USB, USB, USB. I got more cables coming from Amazon. They actually called and they said we're out of stock because I've got so many. Hey, good morning, Glenn. How are you? Getting excited? Waiting for those numbers to roll in. Glenn Askeland, he's joined us today from St. Robert. You can see he's blessed with the Iowa Hawkeye lineage and profile pic. Awesome sauce right there, being a Hawkeye fan. He's running for county clerk. How do you think they did today, Glenn, if you got a second? Give us your comments on the election, what you've observed so far, because if you win the election, you'll be responsible for it. Everybody in Pulaski County is going to be looking towards you. I kind of wish I would have set up my phone system for people to be able to dial in. Awesome. Great to hear that from your perspective, they did a good job. Glenn and I tried to arrange a time for an interview. Of course, that didn't work out, obviously. And so as well as with I can't remember the gentleman's name running for office. We tried to draw him in as well for an interview, but just didn't work out, which is fine. Those things happen. It's so strange this microphone decided to kick the bucket on me, or not microphone, headphones. Again, we're here in Pulaski County, the undeclared capital of South Central Missouri, St. Robert, Missouri, which is also the gateway to Fort Leonard Wood. And for those that aren't local, that's where we are, 2 hours from everywhere. Okay, give me some weird things going on there. checking my alerts and stuff like that. Let's go over to we'll check the tally here and see if the Secretary of State got anxious. And all of a sudden, numbers start flowing in. That would be kind of neat. For those who don't know, we'll be posting the election results as we get them from the precincts as they're published, either by the Pulaski County Clerk's Office or by the Secretary of the State's website. But we have to manually do that. So, now, of course, no precincts have reported. I'm still yet to be, or still not sure exactly what or where our precincts are. I'm assuming it's where the voting places are, or maybe the major cities. If anybody knows for sure, please feel free to chime in. Ronald Todd, are you with us today? You're being summoned. Appreciate you joining us today for this exciting drama. Elections in Pulaski County, Missouri. You're going to hear me say it over and over and again for the people that chime in and new people come in and go. If you're interested in joining me live here in the studio virtually, I can bring you in with all you need is a microphone and likely is not a camera. We've never done it without a camera. And what I would do is I bring you into my guest suite right here, and I can actually have up to 10 or 11. Philip Lohman, how are you, Philip? Wishing everyone best luck. Thank you, sir. Again, for those that are interested, Philip is running for state senator, Senate District 16 on the Republican ticket. And I have to give Mr. Philip credit where credit is due. He did one thing that none of the other candidates were willing or able to do, whatever which one of those, whichever that matters or applies to either one. He was able to answer who won the 2021 or 2020 election without the jib-jab and goofy stuff that sometimes come out of people's mouths. Biden won the election, and that's what he said, and that was awesome. So kudos to Philip out of Rolla, Missouri, running for state senate. I hope you do well today, Philip. And got a lot of great comments from people near and far about your efforts and appreciates you stepping up and running for office to represent the people of the fine district of Senate District 16 here in Missouri, which includes Rolla, St. Robert. I'm not sure where it touches. Touches a lot of places. So Virginia was online here a little while ago. Virginia Staub's Democrat candidate for state senate as well, and had a chance to interview her. Check out our Facebook page and our if they're still on Facebook. After 30 days, Facebook takes the videos down, but we do have a thriving YouTube community. And we may go out so far as to set up other platforms to post. And if you need the link to our Facebook page, where the results are going to be, not the Facebook page, to our website, where our results are going to be posted. And let me pull this up for you. And I posted this earlier in the comments, but here it is again in the comments. You go to this page, and as we're able to update the election results as we get them from whatever source it is, we'll post them on this page. If you'd like me to pull it up here in the window, just let me know. I'll be happy to do that. This is a pretty good microphone for those that are interested in getting into podcasting or speaking into microphones. It's pretty good, but it cost a couple nickels. But I got Mr. Resh's credit card, so. If you'd like the numbers off it, just let me know. Yeah, there's the link. It's in the chat. It comes from YouTube. I'm pretty sure everybody gets them. Maybe not. Interesting. They're on the YouTube part. I'll have to remember that. Give me a second, and I'm going to log in right now to Facebook. didn't realize I had or could not chat in book. I gotta be quiet. Chat in book. I got my browser open. There we go. I gotta be quiet. Chat in. There we go. I got it right now. I got my browser open. Probably hearing a little echo. It'll go away here in a second. I gotta be quiet. Chat in. There we go. I gotta be quiet. Chat. Now I can see the comments. And I gotta be Facebook chat. There we go. I got it right now. Thought I did. I got it my much gooder. There's too many buttons. But I added the link to the Facebook conversation too. And who was asking for the comments? The state website. Megan, let me get that to you. I was on my YouTube chat. I thought you were too. Give me a second and I'll post it on there. Sharing the information. Knowledge is not power. Sharing is power. I just posted it to the discussion thread on the Facebook side, so everybody should be able to see that. The funny guy with the red coat is the Secretary of State. Never seen one so active in politics before. Where's this area code 636 from? Anybody know? You irritate me to no end. Wireless caller. No, you're not. No, you're not. Anybody else like me? Oh, you're very welcome. Oh, thank you so much, Megan. I appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe or follow or whatever it is on YouTube. I'm trying to grow that bigger than Facebook, and that's a little bit harder than I would think it is. Most people like Facebook for the convenience, but as you know, Facebook or YouTube will let me keep those videos up forever. Once I can get a community over 5,000 people, 500 followers and stuff like that, I can actually really shape that platform rather than trying to develop my own. And any AI fans out there, don't be shy. There's a lot of great tools I've been able to learn from and to do. I gotta check some messages real quick. Okay. What time is this? Is it time? 42. So we got 18 minutes to go for the polls close. And I'm assuming, beyond hope and beyond knowledge, that at 5 p.m. It does close at 5 p.m. Right? I could be making stuff up. I've been known to. Alexa, what time did the polls close in Missouri?
Check with your local Missouri government website for the most up-to-date poll closing times.
That didn't help much. I'm 99% sure it's 5 o'clock. Let me check real quick. I've got it open somewhere. Seven p.m. 7 p.m. So that's right. 7 p.m. So that's 15 minutes, 13 minutes, whatever it is. If I can focus. I got too many gadgets. Too many gadgets open right now, and I can barely see them. So 15 minutes, polls close. I'm assuming that means as the election crews start taking everything down at the community centers and facilities of the like around Pulaski County, turning in the numbers down at the clerk's office, and we can all see the numbers flowing in. But I encourage you, above all, just to tune into our Facebook or our website with the poll results. It's magnificent. It's awesome. I had it up there a second ago. I've got tabs and tabs and pages and pages of website stuff open. There that went. Okay. To include, there it is. And for those just chiming in, my name's Doug Fowler of Pulaski Talks here in the undeclared capital of South Central Missouri, St. Robert. And we are at the gateway of Fort Leonard Wood. And we are Pulaski Talks, delivering you another unfiltered round of unchecked news sources and unfiltered opinions. We are governed by two cats. Two cats. You heard that right. Jack and Zoe. And I'm here just because they can't figure out how to run a podcast. So give me a second and I'm going to share this again. What I have developed here, what we have. Well, let me go back to Philip. 7 p.m. to close. Thank you, Philip. Start counting votes at 7:30. 30,000 people vote in the district primary. So I'm thinking, now this is just me, Philip, by me going through it today, that little machine they use to intake our vote counts the votes. And they've already got the votes, and they just shut it off and stop. And they give a draft number of vote or draft vote count from the machine, and they verify it by querying or doing an audit of a certain number of the ballot sheets. But like I said, Glenn's in here. Glenn Asklin. He's running for a Pulaski County clerk office, and he had a great experience. We didn't arrange a meeting, but if Glenn wins the election for Pulaski County clerk, or whoever wins any of these contested races, more than welcome to join us here on Pulaski Talks for an interview. Anyone want to place bets on Kashi? What? Kashi. What's that, Jesse? Don't make me Google that. I'm not tracking that one. Somebody else help me out on that one. I'm going to pull you on live, Jesse. Don't bet that I can do it. You wouldn't even be able to control it. I just zoom right in and focus. Got Starlink. Just drill right into your router. Put your camera on the air. It's a betting site. Oh, okay, gotcha. Does anybody uses smart machine phone machines? Oh, I voted as far as I voted with the paper. We filled out the little scraps of paper and put them in the machine. And like I said, I'm assuming, without knowledge or evidence, that the machine can actually generate the results on now. I'm trying to bring up the page for you guys. There we go. Go on Pulaski Talks website, pulaskitalks.com, and this is the page web page we developed for today only. We're going to redo our whole entire format. If you go to this website, you're going to see the results come in as we're able to manually input them as best we can and automatically pull them in. Cats don't type very well, so it may take a little bit faster, but I think you'll get better results than trying to figure out and have the download and print graphic or JPEGs of the county clerk's office results or PDFs or what have you. But we're trying to work in concert with them. Rhonda Neff Corsini. Where are you from, Rhonda? I see you joined us. I appreciate you liking this. Don't be shy. Just chime right in on the comments, Facebook or YouTube. I'm assuming it's Facebook. The Facebook was liked there. Let me give you some good music while I Feed my mouth with some ice water, and I don't want to crunch in everybody's ear. Give me 1 second. That's better. Let's see. It tallies the number of the vote cast, but I don't know if whether it counts the votes, who the votes are for. Gotcha. I understand. I would be surprised if it doesn't. I would figure, and maybe we'll learn after the fact how it actually works. I would just be dumbfounded if they couldn't count the votes per candidate by those counting those circled dots because every candidate, every ballot's the same. Once again, for anybody just joining us here in the last few minutes, we are waiting for the polls to close here in just about 10 minutes. I don't know how fast. Philip Lohman, candidate for Senate District 16, state senator, suspects that they'll start counting the votes around 7:30 p.m. I am hoping David Ernst is watching this program and broadcasts with the utmost dedication, or our beloved Daryl Todd Marina can chime in or send me a message on what his thoughts are as far as how the exact process goes. He, of course, is a legitimate news source here in Pulaski County. We are, on the other hand, a couple of cats and a bald guy who like a lot of gadgets to get involved in stuff and like to pick on candidates. So hopefully maybe one of those can chime in. At least the source, a good source of the information. Anybody from not Pulaski County, they're not in Pulaski County, are you with us today? Let us know where you're from. We had a guest and a visitor from all the way to Wisconsin Badgerland. He thought he was going to get some Wisconsin Badgerland poll results and stuff like that. What a surprise. If you'd like to join us, I'm sorry for the crunching. I meant to mute that. If you'd like to join me live right now, virtually, via cell phone or computer or laptop or what have you, iPad, all you need is a good connection, Wi-Fi, camera, microphone. Come on board. We can talk about whatever you want. Everybody can listen in and join us. If I have more than one who wants to join us, we can do that too. I can have over 10 people at the same time. Might get crowded as far as trying to talk. But we can also block you if you get too talky. 30,000 in the district. Send me the link. All right, Philip. I'll do that. Give me a few minutes. We're going to be taking a break here at the top of the hour once the polls close. And we're going to bring Philip Lohman, candidate for Senate in the Senate District 16. And Philip was actually, we did our interview virtually. Worked great. It's on our YouTube page. You can learn more about Philip and his platform. And once again, unlike the other candidates on the Republican ticket for Senate, he actually answered the question honestly and truthfully about who won the election in 2020. And so once again, kudos to Philip. And if I could find a clapping, well, we'll just give you, I'll tell you what, I'll give you this. You get an air horn. That's all you're getting today. But we do appreciate that. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to take a quick break for nature. I'm going to put some tunage on. I'm going to shut off my camera. And if anybody joins us and asks what's going on in any of the comments, just tell them we'll be right back. Break for nature. And is it the top of the hour? We got 5 minutes, so we'll be back in about 5 minutes. So see you soon, everybody. I mean, who doesn't like a good Fresco? You haven't tried Fresco. It's not mixed with anything but ice. Wink, wink, wink. Caffeine free. Calories. Looks good. Hear the fizzle? Alright, we're doing a countdown. I should have a countdown timer. I wish we could have one. Sorry about that. Philip, I'm going to get that link to you here in just a second. Thing is, Philip, my camera went. Second. There I am. I'm back. Half the time I got to remember, so second. And for those who don't know, Philip is a candidate for South Central Senate District 16. And had a great interview with him. Our show is on the, our shows are all captured on YouTube. And because Facebook will not keep them for more than 30 days. So luckily YouTube does. We don't post on Apple or the other podcasts. We have yet to explore doing that. Coming at you, Philip, here in about 2 minutes. About 2 seconds, I should say. If this all works well, which is likely to. That's not the link. There we go. I've got to do a quick thing of a Bob. Sent you the link, Philip. Hopefully we can get this working right. There he is. I'm gonna bring you on the stand. Hold on a second, Philip. I'm gonna make sure I got to figure out how to get my headphones going. And guest cam right there. There you are. That's Philip Lohman right there. Wave it, everybody. Right now I can't hear you, so give me a second and introduce yourself, Philip. I'm assuming everybody else can hear him too.
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Hi, I'm Philip Lohman. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
That's good. That's good because that's good. That's good.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Awesome. So that means everybody else can hear you too. And if you got questions for Philip now, folks, it's a great time to ask him. He's, again, a Senate candidate, Senate District 16 candidate for office, and had a great interview with him. So, Philip, go ahead and introduce yourself again so it comes out of your mouth instead of mine.
Hello, everyone. I'm Philip Lohman. I'm running for Senate District 16, and I voted early this morning at 7:30, and everything's been going very smoothly. No fights, no riots. Democrats and Republicans have been very polite, very respectful on both sides.
So no rocks, no gunshots, no gunplay.
No, plenty near misses with traffic, though.
Now you voted in Rolla, I take it?
Yes, okay. Yes.
In person?
Yes, in person. I typically prefer that.
Okay, yeah, I can relate to that.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you a couple questions. And now that we're after the election, things are going to be summing up here soon. What's the first thing you think of that you didn't expect out of running for office? I think you've ran before, but I think this is the first time you really had some attention on you.
This time, I didn't get as much news coverage because Phelps County Focus, Salem News, and Mary's County Advocate decided not to do the interviews this time. But I did get through the Cleed Report and Pulaski County Weekly, so that was good. And I'm looking at possibly minimum 3,000 people base for how many are voting for me.
Right. Is that what you're hoping for?
That's what I'm likely to expect.
Now, what was the biggest surprise during this election?
Biggest surprise was the lack of talk about job creation from candidates. That's usually something that everybody talks about, and I didn't hear really a lot of that from anyone.
Right. I got to admit, I didn't hear too much about it. Everybody was worried about amendments 4 and 5,
Mhm.
and that was the primary focus. And at least you weren't targeted. I mean, your co-conspirators there, at least Bill Hartwig and Hardwick and Don Mayhew, and boy, they were just getting hammered by Hannah Kelly. Hammered.
Yeah, yeah, they were being hammered. The politicians' campaigns, those are the ones usually doing the hit pieces, not the candidates themselves, on average.
Right,
But they
sure.
didn't deny it either.
Oh yeah. Matter of fact, the only one that at least at the House race was Keith Pritchard. He actually got on the video here in his office, stacked up all those cards that were not, by his PACs or whatever. They're saying things that he may not necessarily believe in, but just did an arm swipe, put them in the trash, because some of those things were just ridiculous. Just ridiculous. And the amount of money that flowed into this election for Senate District 16 is just amazing. And I was actually watching and pulling in content from the independent newspaper talking about what was going on. And it's just really surprising the amount of money and money that is outside of Pulaski County flowing in. So, and as I said earlier in the broadcast, you can imagine that those kind of folks and that kind of money does not have Pulaski County, Senate District 16, Missouri folks, voters and residents' best wishes or best intents at heart. That they're about money.
Yeah, the reason the lobbyists haven't done a hit piece on me is because I'm deemed too insignificant to bother wasting money on.
Well,
Yeah.
that's kind of like my viewer count some days now. We're up to 35, 40 right here in a little while ago. And right now we're down to 8. And I appreciate those that are hanging with us. And that's just what I can see on Facebook. YouTube usually gets their own, has a different number. So don't feel bad. It'll cycle around. And if nothing else, you'll learn from it. And at least we'll be here to bring you on board and do some interview stuff. There's like Glenn Asklin was on there, and we tried to coordinate a time for him to come in and do an interview and let the voters know who they are and stuff. And again, if you'd like to come on board and visit with us real quick online and have a conversation about what the election process in Pulaski County or Senate District 16, join us. Philip will take your questions. And if you got questions for Philip or me, or in general, how this is going to work, just post your questions in the comment field, and we'll do our best to answer them as fast as we can, as accurately as we can, or we're just going to make it up. We'll tap our shoes. Ain't that right, Philip? That's what politicians do.
Yeah. Hit me with a hard question. I welcome the challenge.
That's right. At least give me something. Who's your favorite president?
I definitely have to go just on personality basis. I like Teddy Roosevelt best.
Teddy Roosevelt. That's a good choice. Have you watched or read the book Death by Lightning?
No, I do not have the book right now. I have a whole stack of books that I'm
It's
trying to
about
get
about President Garfield.
Mhm.
Oh, there you go. Megan's got a question for you, Philip. Can you see it?
No.
Okay,
no,
I'll read it to you. Philip, from Megan Cheffy, what made you decide to run?
Yes, that goes back to 2018. And I got a random email one day for an invite to go to the Lincoln Days in Springfield for the GOP. I didn't want to go at all, but I prayed on it, and Lord said you were going, so I went. And sadly, it was a very disgraceful event by how out of touch people were. I've been to the Democrat one and Republican ones, and 90% of them have background in real estate. They're not really the average Joe on the street. So it irked me to run for office.
Right.
Mhm.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Philip. If I missed your question, this thing is acting up.
Mhm.
Megan, but I hope we answered your question. If anybody else got a question, chime right in. Megan, it's funny. I wish everybody could see my screen. I've got a chat window where everybody's chats are feeding in from Facebook and from YouTube. So I'm trying to get to you as soon as I can, as fast as I can.
Mhm.
But the software, there's Megan. You're back to your regular color. Yeah, I had a comment from Megan, and it just vanished in thin air. So what can you do? Anybody else got a question for Philip Aderola, candidate for Senate District 16? Feel free to pop them right there in the comments section, or just pop us a note. We'll try to answer them. Polls should have been closed for 5 minutes. I'm on the Missouri website, the Secretary of State, and I don't see any results yet, of course. And we were just debating, and if anybody out there knows for sure the exact process of actually how the votes are counted. Are they counted electronically, or are they counted by hand, or is it a combination of both? For those anybody that's worked into the clerk's office, let us know. Maybe you could educate and edify everybody at the same time. If you're not from Pulaski County, let us know where you're at least Senate District 16. Love to hear from you, let you know. If you'd like to join us, like Philip here is in the window, and have a conversation, politics, election process, whatever you have, let's talk about it. Let's have a good dialogue and see where it goes. It can be enlightening and can be quite fun. No debate. I'm looking I sent you the link. I think that's about it for that. But anyway, President Garfield, there's a series on Netflix, and it's not for the faintest of heart. It's got a couple risque episodes, but Michael Shannon, I believe it's one of my favorite actors, but the book is incredible of all the things that were going on at the same time when he was assassinated, when he was shot in the back, and they end up finding out that he did not die from the bullet, but he died from the treatment that he received by an old Civil War doctor that did not believe in antiseptics and infections and stuff like that. And he had another doctor who happened to be African-American right behind him, but they wouldn't listen to him because he was African-American, could have saved his life. And he was on the way to, they believed, to be one of the greatest presidents we ever had because of his dedication. Tamara, thank you so much. I got a comment here, Philip. Thank you so much, Tamara. Born and raised in Pulaski, but now live and raised my family in Phelps. Awesome. Thank you for joining us today. I appreciate it. How'd your election day turn out there in Phelps County? Let us know how it went. We can all learn together. Go ahead, Philip.
It went very well. There's lots of traffic. I voted at 7:30 in the morning, and it's just everyone getting off their shifts and trying to vote as quickly as possible, because you have the people get off at 6 a.m., then the 2 p.m., and then there's another 6 p.m. shift that people get off in droves.
Oh, great. Mm-hmm. And Tamara, how was your election day for you? Tamara Mathiot. I hope I know I sounded that out wrong, and I'll apologize for that. How was your election day there in Phelps County? I hope it was well. Thank you for joining us, and everybody else joining us here from near and far. If you have a question for Philip Lohman, he was a candidate for Senate District 16 here. He's online, ready to take them. I'll read the questions and get you some answers. We may make them up. You never know what's going to go on because we're run by cats. And Zoe is sleeping. I can't really get you picture her without messing up my setup here in my office, or quote unquote studio, my recording studio. But going back to what we was talking about, favorite president, President Garfield. Here we go. Tamara voted around 11 a.m. at the Dream Center. Very quick, was number 210 to vote. You actually had to take a number?
No, we did not have to take a number.
No, I was talking to Tamara. I was trying to direct that. Mm-hmm. Oh, you were the 210th person to vote there. That's awesome. Jesse, got a question for you, Philip. I heard you talk about job creation. What are your thoughts on job creation in the district? What would you like to do to create more quality jobs?
Yes, the trick most politicians are doing is trying to just do broadband messaging and say, oh, if we do this, then all kinds of jobs that are coming. But people have forgotten to play to our state's strengths. As I mentioned before, Missouri is a unique state, is that we are the middleman for the entire country. And I wanted to get into answer a question that I couldn't last time. Someone talked about the shipbuilding, and it says, allow me to clarify, similar to the aerospace industry, minerals come in from out of the country and they get turned into parts. We basically do that, and then we will ship it to the coastline where they're assembled into a full, complete ship. We'd be the middleman for it.
Okay. Thank you, Philip. Did that answer your question, Jesse?
Mhm.
Now, what's your thoughts on? I'm going to jump right into it, the data center scenario that seems to be infecting the state of Missouri.
Depends on the data center themselves. People are worried about the environmental impact, taxes going up, and the right to privacy. Now, thankfully, there's already federal laws in place where they have to obey to make sure the water is clean. And the electricity usage, thanks to President Donald Trump, he's signed orders where they can build power plants and to provide energy to the data centers. What I'd like to do is have them not only provide energy to the data centers, but also to the local community to help reduce everybody's electricity costs. Yes, so your taxes won't go up.
How truthful do you think or how much fact is behind a lot of the concerns about water usage, pollution, and the like from data centers? Or is it a lot of speculation? Because I was watching some interviews with ChatGPT's CEO and Claude's CEO, and they were just adamant that the speculation and the arguments regarding pollution and water usage and the like is just not true anymore. And I tried to dig into that before the night show, but I haven't got to it. What's your thoughts?
Depends on how big the data center is. The average data center uses about 29 acres of land, smaller than Walmart, which uses 32 acres of land. They use about the same water on average as a golf course. Now, you can add special filters to make it environmentally safe, depending on how well it's designed. Some lower quality ones I'd be more skeptical of, but the more larger scale industrial data centers, they're more likely to be in compliance because they have the money to go through all the legal environmental regulations. While smaller data centers typically will skirt the edge.
How about what's the amendment about the income tax? Is that Amendment 4?
I do believe that's 5.
What's your thoughts on that? Now, it's my opinion that when the things often happen, the good idea fairy pops in somebody's head, as we call it in the military, and it sounds like a good idea. Jesse, I think you're about right, and there's really no way to stop them. That's my opinion. I mean, these commissioners or these. I'm answering a question here. Jesse asked a question. Don't we have already 100 data centers in Missouri? And I think that's right. Thereabouts that number. There's just too much money, too much stroke coming into the area. They're just overwhelming these county commissioners and these offices and the city offices, and to get the permission to build it, they get elected out of office. It's too late. They already got permission to build it. So. It is what it is. That's what I'm thinking.
That's the tough pill to swallow. They do have too much money, and they already have the majority of politicians on their side. The hearing that they're going to have next year, that's just to make everyone feel better. They've already decided what they're going to build. Now, here's the trick. Your protest should be no data centers unless you address our concerns. That's what gives you the power to decide how they get made. They'll comply if you decide what the rules are as the people. That's why I recommend you go do when they have that hearing in Jefferson City. Say no data centers unless you address our concerns. Otherwise, we will push against it.
Well, It's kind of funny you bring that up as far as the, environmental regulations, compliance, and what and the like, and those that have served in Iraq and Afghanistan realize you may have all these rules and regulations in place, stated on paper and stuff that looks good, but without the enforcement that goes behind any rule or statute or law, they're not very good or adequate to control the issue. And it's also my understanding that the data centers are actually a temporary thing. They won't need them anymore as fast as AI is growing and evolving for what they need for their current intents and purposes. And so they're just building them as long as they need them and as fast as they need them. Virginia Stobbs commented, "We do have 100 in the office, but they are older than what is proposed. What they are proposing is data centers on steroids." Thank you, Virginia. Appreciate that comment.
Mm-hmm.
If you see me squirming around here, you'll notice my headphones bit the farm on me. I think they're rechargeable. I've never recharged them. So I'm kind of looking around my office and my studio here to see if I got another set of headphones because I don't want any feedback when Philip is talking. So thank you, Virginia, for chiming in. Jesse, appreciate it as always. We're going back to President Garfield. What do you know about President Garfield?
I'm not as strong as on that particular president. I'm sorry to say. I have more for the classics like Lincoln, Washington, and Teddy Roosevelt. Also, with so many presidents and every election we get a new one on it, I try to keep up as much as I can. I do not know specifically as much on Garfield.
I invite you to read the book. Get them on if you get a free one from the library. Is Death by Lightning, and the coincidences of stuff going on when he was shot, and what happened between Chester Arthur and him, and how he became nominated to be the president, and winning or beating President Grant. And he just out of the blue, he won it on a speech. People changed. He changed the entire Republican primary to back him based on his speech.
I do remember reading that part. But like I said, I'm not as familiar with Garfield. It's been many years since I studied him, so I would need a refresher.
The series is outstanding on Netflix, but like I said, it's not for the faint of heart. But the book is outstanding. Death by Lightning, it's about a phrase that he muttered a lot. Death by lightning is the coincidences and stuff like that. So with that, we're going to take a break for nature, everybody. Right now it is 7:19. We're going to be back in about 5 minutes. Philip, stay tuned. I'm just going to put you off screen. Just mute your mic, okay, buddy?
Okay.
All right. See you, folks. We'll be back in about 5 minutes. We are back in the studios, and as those can tell, somebody have found another pair of headphones. If you get any feedback from enjoying that music, just drive on. My little shine on my forehead, glaring bald-headed light, fell over. Grab yourself a Fresca, chime in for the next half hour of the show. Joining us right now, presently in the studio virtually from Rolla, Missouri, is Philip Lohman, candidate for Pulaski County. God bless America, that light. Well, you're going to have to do without. Candidate for State Senate, Senate District 16, and we were talking about President Garfield and the series on Netflix, and SoCal John, buddy of mine from Fort Leonard Wood here. You're absolutely right. We mentioned that. It's a great series. I just wrapped it up, finishing, listening, watching it. And the book was even better and talked about the coincidences that were going on simultaneously regarding surgical treatments, and if they could have been just implemented a few minutes or days after or before or whatever, the timing was just off, and it was a really surprise what could have happened if they were just had a doctor knew what the heck he was doing. So if you got any questions for Philip Lohman, candidate for State Senator here in Senate District 16, put them on the chat and we'll get you answers best we can. And but John, appreciate it again joining us today. And for those that are watching far and wide, we are Pulaski Talks. It's located in the undeclared capital of South Central Missouri, here in St. Robert, the gateway to Fort Leonard Wood. And I encourage you to read that book there, Philip. It's a good book. I think you got muted. Did you mute your mic? I lost you. Let me see if I didn't accidentally mute you. Nope. We have lost your sound, buddy. Nope, lost you. Philip's going to be chiming away real quick on his, why don't you log off or disconnect and come back at the same link, Philip. All right. Philip will be back in here in a little bit. If you'd like to join us and have a conversation about what's going on in the world, politics and stuff like that, we are waiting for numbers to start rolling in. Polls closed 24 minutes to go here in Missouri. It is 7:24. So we're hoping to see some numbers roll in. I'm also monitoring the Secretary of State's website for the results of the election here in Pulaski County. And if you don't have it already, I can look in the chat dialogue. Here's the links to the Pulaski Talks website. How you hear me now? You got me?
You hear me now?
No, I can't hear you.
You hear me?
Dadgummit. I think we dropped dead, Philip, but I can't restart it. Let me check one more thing. I'm going to mute you, and I'm going to put you back on. That's funny how technology goes, buddy. I guess your time's up, Philip.
Can you hear me now?
No, I can't. Like I said, I can't hear you, but we'll try to get in here maybe in a little bit, but keep monitoring and let us know. Get in the chat and dialogue and stuff like that. And if anybody has any questions, keep an eye on that and post your answers there. Sounds good? Well, I appreciate Philip for joining us today. And with that, if I had a meow, you get a meow. There you go. That's all you get. So we'll see you, Philip.
Okay.
Awesome. OSHA, I had my applause sound for Philip, but for those that are watching, joining us just now, we are watching closely the election results of local and state offices here in Pulaski County, Missouri. And the polls closed at 7 o'clock. And right now, according to the state website, no polls or precincts have turned in their votes yet. Now, I'm going to do a quick scan of Facebook to see if Pulaski County Clerk has been busy and maybe gotten ahead of us while we weren't watching. If you do actually see it, where Dave Ernst and his crew got serious and it really trampled down, bucked down and stuff. Well, they're still campaigning out there. Let me know. I got to check his face. There he is. David Ernst, Pulaski County Clerk, scheduled to retire. 3 candidates for his office, for his seat. Has anybody ever wondered why these are partisan positions at the county level? I've always wondered. Oh, you bet. Thank you so much, Phil, for joining us. Appreciate it. If like I said, Philip, I'd give you a round of applause, but my round of applause isn't working, so supposed to be, but it's not. So with that, if you see on the page right now, everybody's just joining in. Pulaski Talks here in St. Robert, Missouri. We've got a site set up that's going to start populating with the numbers coming in from the Secretary of State's office and from the county clerk's office as we get them. They will be unofficial and not made up numbers. We'll actually take them from the things, but according to what I see on the county clerk's website here in Pulaski County at the on his Facebook page, I don't see any postings of election results. If you see anything different, let me know. I'm going to check our legitimate news source, Daryl Todd Marina, in Pulaski County Daily News. Fat fingers always lie. They never tell the truth on the keyboard. All right. For those that know, Daryl Todd Marina runs Pulaski Daily News and is a legitimate journalist, and I defer to him on all things legitimately, anything to do with the real journalist work. We do it for fun with 2 cats and stuff like that. If you got any questions or the like, please put them in the comment section. And appreciate everybody joining us right now. If you'd like to come on board and have a conversation, I bring you right on board in this little window right there. Bring your face and your microphone, more than one, up to 11 people. Talk about what's going on. John and I can talk about the Netflix series on Garfield, and like we said earlier, it's an outstanding series. And I believe it's Michael Shannon. I'm going to check that because that's bothering me now too. Was the actor that played President Garfield, but a lot of fine actors. Sure was. Let's see here. See if I can figure out how to bring my window in. It takes a little bit to do this stuff. Give me a second. That's not it. There we go. There's Michael Shannon. For those that don't know, played General Zod in the Superman movie with Henry Cavill, who we all assume will be the next Wolverine. We just assume that. There's nothing wrong with assuming at times. He is just an outstanding actor, just outstanding. The stuff that he's in, the series he's on. I think he was in Boardwalk Empires, where I first really seen him go to work, and he plays an outstanding President Garfield, and Death by Lightning. What a great show! What a great show! Let me fill that screen up. Come on now, there we go. Books, I read 2 books about it too, and I just can't speak highly enough, and I really had learned so much about it. CD4, I sure will. Amendment 4, it's all posted on the website, and I'm going to give away a little trick here, a little looky there. Now, for those that are impatient and don't want to wait for us to populate our website with the election results, You can find them yourself at the state level, not the Pulaski County level or Orchard County level, on this website at the Secretary of State. And this right now is showing all the candidates that are running in Pulaski County, and the precincts reported. You'll see none. Therefore, you see no votes. And we'll be doing this is taking this information as we get it and as we're notified and populating our website with it so you can look at it at your leisure. I highly recommend it if you need the post. It's on the chat dialogue on Facebook. You're welcome to take a look at it. Excuse me a second while I take a drink of ice fresca. Untapped, unfiltered, 0 calories. Fresca, the drink of champions. We're going to stay on here as much as we can. Once the numbers start flowing in, I'm going to need all the faculties I can gather in between the two ears on my noggin to start populating these numbers. In our website, the cats would do it, but they don't know how to run a computer. There sure has been an interesting election, that's for sure. Been online for an hour and 35 minutes and 54 seconds. It's almost a record. Me talking this much. Do you play Arma on that rig? I've got it. Let me see what I got. Come on, where's it at? I'm assuming it's video game, and I would show you my racing rig. Oh, it's really slow tonight. Oh, Steam had an update. No thanks on that. Had a question, do I play Arma? I got Arma 3. Is that it, Jesse? Yeah, that's what I got. I think I actually watched that. Guy was playing a Hilo, hauling people around. I watch the videos on that all the time. Paul Gritter, are you coming on board? Usually he's a fabulous fan of the show and our broadcast and supports what we're trying to do. And if you're outside of our local area of St. Robert, tell us how the voting day went for you. But Jesse, I do have Arma. I've yet to play it. I've got my VR headset, and oh yeah, I want to fly helicopters. I got my flight kit, everything. I just bought the a simulation rig, next what is it? Next level racing. Simulation chair and stuff. I just put that together with much pain and effort. I am still so sore from crawling around on the floor putting those nuts and bolts together. And if I could get up and I could show you a picture of it, but I'm waiting for parts to connect my monitor. I got a new monitor, also a big 57-inch, big surround sound, not surround one, but the 1,000-meter curve, 1,000 millimeters, whatever that is. And really looking forward. My son in Kansas City races iRacing. It's like $6 a month, but him and his wife race it, and it got me convinced to start it out. So I've got it all hooked up except for the monitor on the monitor stand. I've got the Moza gear, MOZA, and what I'm hoping to do is start a little racing club with Pulaski Talks as not the sponsor, but kind of the host, where we would host the broadcast of it and kind of represent Pulaski County in that venue of things to do, online racing. That's very competitive and very detailed. I mean, it's like NASCAR. You watch your air pressure very specifically and all these other things. I haven't even got the headphones on yet as far as plugging in and setting that up. I've got my steering wheel thing, number 9, I think is what it is. I don't have the 12. And it's kind of like a retirement gift to me. Boss said I could get it, so before she changed her mind, I got it. And it's kind of an oversimplification, but we're looking forward to kicking that off. And if you are a gamer, racer, I'm going to try. I will try ARM out. I promise you that tomorrow. I will try it out there, Jesse. And I'm assuming there's is it multiplayer as well? I'm assuming. I seen Squad too. That's another one, and it's in my wish list. Looking at David Ernst's situation update, it is 7:37, and I see no results yet from Pulaski County Clerk's office. That doesn't mean that they're not counting. And we were talking about that earlier too, folks. If you happen to work or have worked now in the clerk's office anywhere in Missouri, we were kind of chatting around the specifics. Oh, awesome! We'll definitely link up. Thanks, Jesse. He said it is multiplayer for those listening at home. I lost my train of thought. That thing just left me at the station. I got the multiplayer, got it. Arma, got it. Anyway, we're waiting for the polls to close, waiting for the precincts to report back in. We'll start populating our website with the data as we get it. I don't know how long it'll be before the clerk's office starts posting their information after they get it from the precincts. And we were, that's what now I remember. If you happen to have ever worked in the clerk's office, we were curious about the specific process of counting the votes. I would have thought that the machines that they use would count the votes, and they would do an audit sample to make sure everything was kosher and all the numbers lined up and stuff like that. No excessive variances and such like that. Because I can't imagine that small of an office of voter down at the Pulaski County Courthouse and the clerk's office having to count each and every ballot by hand. When speaking of Philip, we were talking to Philip just a little bit earlier. It's like 30,000 voters alone in the Senate District 16. So I don't know who counts. Are they? They're. I guess our votes are tallied up and submitted to the state level and yada yada yada. So I wonder how many. Alexa, how many counties are in Missouri?
Missouri has 114 counties and one independent city, St. Louis.
Did not know that. An independent city. Oh, I hear Virginia chiming in. Thank you so much, ma'am. All of the come in on an SD card, and an SD card is plugged into a computer that is run into a tabulator on the computer. They verify the numbers and then post them. I figured it's something like that because like I said, I couldn't imagine Miss Medlin down there, the deputy clerk, and Dave, and all the fine ladies that work down there, having to hand count those. And I figured they do an audit sample of a certain percentage to make sure that yes, indeed, it is within without reason. I won't even get into the topic of the SAVE Act. Excuse me while I take another sip. Let me cover up the noise. There, that was nice. Nice little break. Got lots of new gear set up, and for those who curious about the gear that I'm running with this episode, I've got a Rode mic, podcast mic, brand new. Pretty pleased about that. And got a Canon R8 as my main camera, and it does a great job once you figure out how to do it. And I've also got a prompter, like a teleprompter, connects to the camera, so it makes me look like I'm a super great actor, looking right at the camera and talking to you. Let me get back here. David Day, 114 counties. Thank you, Mr. Day. Is that why it's independent? 114 counties, cities, St. Louis is not in a county. How interesting is that? Oh, go back to Virginia. The state has audit guidelines, and those are done in the week after. And it depends on how many voters, how many things were on the ballot. There are some machine audits, and then there are some hand count. I figured as much. Thank you so much, Virginia. I appreciate it. David Day, thank you so much for that answer. You are in sync with that lady that I don't want to say her name. 114 county. I just was not aware that St. Louis was an independent city, because I see all the news, the St. Louis County and all the different parts. But that's very interesting. So far, I am on the Pulaski County Clerk's website on Facebook. I don't check his. Yes, St. Louis City, St. Louis County. Roger that. Yeah, I know. We're all being edified. KCTV5 has some numbers for the amendments. Oh, that's interesting. Let me search real quick. I'm checking the state website right now. I need a news thing. I have no precincts reported yet as state auditor. I have nothing here. Let's see at the state level. Give me a second, please. All results. I need a drum roll. Jesse, give me a drum roll. On the Secretary of State's website, Megan, I see no precincts reported on the constitutional amendment. So those are very draft numbers. I'm not saying you're wrong. Or KCTV5 has some numbers on the mess, but I am looking live on the Secretary of State's website, and there are no precincts that have been reported according to that website. Now, they might have some preliminary numbers. Obviously, I was really hoping to see something there. It really was. Anybody got David Ernst number on speed? Oh, unofficial central poll, unofficial August primary election. State auditor. Oh, here we go. Mark Alford. Oh, that's interesting. Leading right now. What is this? Precinct summary report. Central poll. Bill Hardwick has taken a strong lead for Pulaski County. Keith Pritchard ahead of Ben Rudy by 6 votes. Tony Lazix 10-10 with Kevin Onstadt. Oh, interesting. Whitney Medlin is in the lead right now, 28 votes. These are preliminary numbers, of course. Let me change my screen real quick. So I can put this on the screen, so we'll be the first to report it live here in the office. There it is. Awesome sauce. I'll make it big. Oh, you stupid thing. There we go. I know it's hard to read, but it's the best I can do. That's preliminary numbers. It's 2026. That's us. Okay, that's me. Primary election summary report precinct, Pulaski County, Missouri. State auditor, state senator, Virginia Staubs, 34 votes. Miguel ahead of Mr. Dr. Slider, 22-11. Tara Hallmark got 5 votes. How interesting is that? We'll go to the next one. I'll try to keep up with me. Mark Prue is ahead by 19-14 for the Cullen Township Committeeman. Constitutional Amendment 1 here in Pulaski County. Yes, constitutional ahead by 100-22. Constitutional Amendment 2, 96-24. Yes. Constitutional Amendment number 4, 90 no, 30 yes. Constitutional Amendment number 5, 91 no, 30 yes. How interesting is that? You're hearing it live right from us. I'm trying to read this as best as I can too. I think that's what I just read. Of course, I'm trying to figure out what the difference is. 2, 3, 3. But it looks like Bill Hardwick is way ahead as far as the tally. I'm going to look over here on the Secretary's state's website. I mean, it's much too soon for that, but Bill Hardwick's got it by far, 46 over 18 to Don Mayhew. See it right there. Rudy Pritchard over Ben Rudy by 6 votes presently. Central poll unofficial. Well, that's central poll. Miguel ahead of Dr. Slider, 22-11 unofficial. I guess I'm trying to figure out what it's a precinct summary report, and I'm trying to figure out which precinct it is. Interesting. Let me see what else I can pull out here. That's all the numbers I got right now, folks. Let me see if I can remember what I was going to do as far as manually entering these numbers. Apologize while I'm navigating around. But I do need to update our website with the new data. Check Daryl Todd's page. Come on. Nothing yet on Daryl Todd, so we're going to have to go with Dave Ernst. Keep an eye out, folks. We'll be right with you as these numbers roll in. I'm going to try to roll them into our website. What else we got there? So that's all we got right now. I'm going to refresh the page. Central poll. I see 3 documents. 1, 2, 3. Precinct summary report. 3 pages. It's 2 of 3. Not sure what central poll means, but it is what it is. We'll keep an eye on it. Be patient with me as I'm rolling in some numbers here. As we're learning this stuff. Anna Kelly has got no votes. Oh, he's got 8 votes. I'd say that would suck. Philip Lohman, let's see what you got, brother. Philip Lohman, no votes so far. Keep your faith. Don Mayhew, running a distant second with 18 votes. Senate District, Virginia's got, what'd she get? I'm reading through this, and if you put comments in there, I may miss them. Please forgive me. 34 votes for Virginia. Okay, gotcha. Thank you so much, Mary Meyer. Oh, you're back. Good to see you again. Thanks you for logging in. You're so smart. Democratic. Let me. I'm saving the results now. I'm looking at the numbers now. Keith Pritchard for 121. What's we got? State votes. I just seen his number. Keith Pritchard 26. Rudy. I hate having to manually type this. Ben Rudy so far at the Central, which is the courthouse, 20. Miguel from the courthouse with, let me second, I think I had 22. Miguel's got 22. Dr. Slider, 11. Republican Party for District 124. Yes, you can listen to my wonderful voice. $124. Where is it? Tony Lazak's 10 votes. Followed quickly by Kevin Onstadt with 10 votes. And Chris Webery, 4 votes. House District Democrat Tara Hallmark has received 5 votes. That's all I have right now. Constitutional amendment. Let's see, get down here. I don't have the county office votes yet. Mark Prue got. Paul Cullen Township, 14. Mark Prue, 19. Constitutional Amendment 1, the Central Poll. Yes votes, 101. No votes, 22. Amendment 2, yes votes, 96. These are unofficial, mind you. No votes for Amendment 2, 24. Amendment 4, yes votes, 30. No votes, 90. Amendment 5, yes votes, 30. No votes, 91. Let's see how it works. Let's roll the dice, see if my numbers roll. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's so pretty. You got to go to the website, check it out. It's working just perfectly. Oh, so lovely. Yeah. With the percentage as well, too, on the website. I'm so happy that's working. Well, I'm going to let you guys see it. There you go. You go down here. Right there. Senate, House District. Got percentages broke out. I'm pretty pleased with the way that looks. So what was the result so far for Democrat State Rep 121? And that is, so far Miguel is leading the pack, 66% to 33%. Sabrina, thank you so much. Make sure you visit the website. If you need the link, I'm going to put it right here in the, you can follow along rather than listen to my monotone voice, put you to sleep. That's on the YouTube. Let me see if I can figure out a way to put it on my, does not let me put it on Facebook at the same time. So give me a second. There's the comment again, or there's the link again for both Facebook and YouTube and yada, yada, yada. It's all there. I've got my camera right in front of my big old monitor. My monitor is 49 inches right there. So let's go back to Dave Ernst's page and see what we got. Anything new? Daryl Todd, refresh. And of course, it's going to take, oh, good. Doesn't have that. Nothing yet from Daryl Todd. We're watching close. Daryl Todd's Gospel. Okay. Central poll, unofficial. That's what we've got so far. And where'd it go? I see some elections at cities. Unofficial combined. Oh my. What is that about? Crocker Alderman. I'm not tracking those. So you have to reach out, but here's the results right now. 6 precinct reporting, yes to Waynesville Rural Fire Department. I don't know what that one is. I wasn't tracking that one. Alderman Ward. Oh, this is old. Disregard. Disregard. That's April. I'm out of my mind. We've lost it here. We've lost it. We just lost it. All right. Live. Oh, shoot. They've got live. Everybody's got their own tally. Let's get Daryl, did it to Dave Ernst. Let's give him another shot. Of course. How ridiculous is that? Now everything's gone. See all photo. He must have taken down that post. That's April. April. So they must have taken down that post. So don't count on those numbers to be final, of course. Those are just starting numbers, or whatever you call it, informal. I'm going to check real quick. You're going to see me twist around here and break my back trying to find the Secretary of State website. I've got dozens of tabs open, it feels like. I'm going to check the state website for Pulaski County. See if any official polls closed. No precincts reporting yet in Pulaski County, according to the state website. So that just means everything's unofficial. I'm assuming when it gets to the state website and we see the numbers, those will be official, audited, etc., etc. Like I said before, this is a learning experience for everybody. The numbers I just reported are the numbers that Dave Ernst had on his website or on his Facebook page. I have to assume that they're put up there for a reason. They're no longer in his photos either. Let's check out the Pulaski Votes website. See if he's got any results in there yet. Election results. I bet it still says April. What do you bet? Anybody want to bet? Got $5. That's what I thought. April. Darn it. So now we wait. It's so exciting. If I smoked, I'd take a smoke break. So we got some numbers, but how factual or turn that off. Nothing yet, so we're going to wait for a while, see how long it goes. I'm going to take a break for nature. I hope you'll stay with us. Appreciate you all standing by. If you got any questions, you want to join us for this play-by-play action of the Pulaski County, Missouri election process at the Pulaski County level as far as county offices. And also, again, disclaimer, we are not tracking any elections Crocker, any of those at the city or municipality level. So that's why you won't see those on the website, my website. Those numbers as I seen them, and they're no longer on the page. Yeah, they're no longer on the page. Let me check my email, make sure Dave doesn't send me a note. I was writing my hand. You ever done that? Look for your phone with the light. I got 20 messages? That's weird. Hey, if you're interested in Roger Lehman, 48, thank you for signing up. We got lots of people. Oh, it's William Lehman. I figured that was Roger. On the website, we've got a chance for, I had lots of sign up. Hey, this is really working. You guys are awesome. Appreciate you signing in and logging in, creating accounts on Pulaski Talks. It's going to, how should I say it? We are actively planning on reinventing ourselves after this election process in November to make it even more beneficial to everybody in Pulaski County. We may expand our footprint, as they say, to some people. I do not have any notes from the Pulaski County Clerk's office. So that means I'm innocent of any charges so far, or I haven't been charged. I don't see any notifications, neither on Facebook Messenger or my email. Okay, thank you so much, Roger Lehman. Appreciate you tuning in on the YouTube side. Awesome sauce. Once again, we are just waiting to get some more results from our beloved Pulaski County Clerk's office. Nothing yet official. And once we have it, we'll read it out loud. So until then, we'll take a little quick break. Invite you all to stay with us for a few more. I appreciate those that have been staying with us through this. We had a lot of viewers today, and with that, enjoy the summer breeze. Oh, that's about irritating. I'm not going to torture you. Of course, you need some more tunage. I shouldn't just leave you alone like that. Be right back. Those that don't know Zoe, co-producer and executive officer and boss here at Pulaski Talks. Oh, Gritter, we've been waiting on you. This is Zoe. Zoe's my sweet and lovely little puddin' as we call it. Her and Jack run the show. Jack is full. She just woke up after her third nap today, so she's living life large. We will be back in a little bit. She's got to go. I will be right back after a break for nature. And got my Fresca at the refill too. Now that's some nice music. I don't care what anybody says. your picture out there, Paul. I had a great picture posted on Facebook. I think you were at one of the precincts. For those that aren't aware or just joining us right now from home or far wide, this is Douglas Fowler. We are at Pulaski Talks, broadcasting from the undeclared capital of South Central Missouri, St. Robert, also the gateway to Fort Leonard Wood. We're reporting on the elections here in Pulaski County and abroad as best we can, and waiting on precincts to be reported and vote tallies to be distributed by our beloved Pulaski County Clerk's Office. And we're all learning together as we go through this process. Appreciate everybody joining us. If you don't mind a little support or whatever you call it, plugging our website, we invite you to join us on PulaskiTalks.com and signing up for a free account. You get notified of all things going on in Pulaski Talks, in the Pulaski Talks world. Costs nothing. You can become a sponsor. We are unsponsored presently, and stuff costs money. There's a lot of gadgets here. If you're willing to help, whatever, anything helps. We've got a few sponsors, but we're not too worried about it. We love doing it. Me and the cat, she just met Zoe. She does her thing. She's awesome. From Kitten Division down there in Waynesville, Missouri. It's a perfect match for us. They do some great work. If you get a chance to support them by adopting a dog or cat or some animal, as Bob Barker used to say, please make sure your cats and dogs are spayed or neutered. If you got any news about the election results coming up, I am literally checking not only our beloved Pulaski County Clerk's Office Facebook page, which serves as his outlet of record. And right now, I am not seeing anything. Refreshing his page. I don't know what happened to the tally results for the central poll happened to those photos, but we were able to get the numbers and put them into our Facebook and our Pulaski Talks tally page. The link is on the chat dialogue. You can watch at home. It's populated right now with what we have. We're also watching the state website to make sure we're not missing any of the numbers there. I don't think we're going to see too much out of the state website. I don't know how long it usually takes for them to actually certify and publish their numbers. Wasn't it just an amazing is where Justin Stevens, here's a vast space and time. KY3, David Day, yes, sir. So let's check what KY3's got to say. KY3. I will bring the screen up here in a second and see what they got. Amendment. Yeah, they got some numbers. Full results. I'm going to pop this on the screen for everybody. You can see the same thing I'm seeing. Come on. Maybe they don't like that. It's very possible. I can't rebroadcast. There it is. So there's KY3's page that I thought I had up. There it goes. And that's Amendment 1. Let's see what we got here. U.S. districts. There's the districts right there. Income tax so far? No. Overwhelmingly no. Wow. That's huge. County assessor elections. I can't remember which one that is. It's a yes. I'm assuming that's Amendment 1. Income tax, no by far. Amendment 4, no by far. Yes before Amendment 1 by far. Got some Senate districts, but they're out of our area. Alford, sadly, looks like he's going to pull it. That's my opinion, not the opinion of the Cats. State Senator 16. Bill Hardwick is pulling ahead by a landslide. I think that's the numbers I got too. I'm not going to change my numbers until I get them from the... That's what I got. 272. I can't remember how many votes. I got Bill Hardwick leading by at 63%. Philip Lohman pulling in 22 votes. Hannah Kelly spent a fortune for 115 votes. Ben Rudy. Well, they're not reporting yet. Where's Ben Rudy? Justin Stevens is where? I'm scrolling and learning David Day. Thank you so much for posting that little comment. Thank you for sharing the link. I will share it also with our YouTube folks following it. Here's the link to the KY3 results. Once it shows up after about a month. There it is. That's awesome. It's so exciting. Some of that's not very surprising. I mean, as much money was spent on Amendment 4 and 5, and even though our beloved senators of the National Christian Nationalist Persuasion, Howley and Schmidt, both backed 4 and 5, I figured it would still lose severely, and it looks like that is going to come true. So, I still see nothing out of Dave Ernst's Facebook page. If you see something different, please shout it out. I mean, they're getting the votes from, well, I'm trying to do some mental math here and trying to figure out, well, how is KY3 reporting numbers, but they're not Pulaski County votes. They're all throughout the district. So if that tells you anything, the votes that I counted for Bill Hardwick, which were 46, and that was just a central poll before it got taken off the website, the county website. Add that to whatever number the county or the KY3 is reporting. David Day, if you correct me if my logic is flawed, which is known to be. I am old and unwise. That would just lengthen the lead because Hannah Kelly's got 8 votes and Phil's got 0. And Don Mayhew's got 18. So his lead as far as for the state Senate is growing. So we're continuing to watch. I can't stand it that they use Facebook as their primary source of information or to share information, especially for election. But that's me. That's just me. Pulaski Daily News. Anything on Daryl's page, anybody? Get these county precincts to do their job and get them in there. I still don't see nothing on Dave's webpage. Pulaski Daily News. Let's do a refresh on that. Let's do a hard refresh on that. Daryl Todd Marina, and I've got nothing from Daryl Todd on his Facebook page, which serves as his primary venue or whatever you want to call it. Nope. So we're still waiting for county clerk. Now at the state level, I do encourage you to look at the KY3 is a great source. I've pulled up the state. Oh, there we go. Oh, thank you, Dave. All the counties in Essex. That's what I thought. I don't want your input, Mr. Pappas. You're not welcome here. No, just kidding. Thanks, Nick. I appreciate it. I am not staying up all night. Unless I'm really bored. Right now, we've been online for 2 hours and 24 seconds. We're going to do a quick recording break. Recording again. These videos get huge on my hard drive. Luckily, I've got it on my own server. But when I'm doing the remote broadcasts and recording, it records a copy of the video onto my laptop, which is a MacBook Air. It's only a 1 terabyte hard drive, and that fills up fast. And lucky here, I'm broadcasting from the house, or the studio. Oh, yeah, I agree with you, Mr. Pappas. They're failing hard, despite power players such as our beloved senators, Howley and Schmidt, backing it. Goes to show their backing doesn't mean all that much. And if we look at the Bill Hardwick's lead at KY3, it does not include the lead that we're tracking. We're showing him at 63% with 46 votes. Don Mayhew's the nearest close to Bill Hardwick at 18 votes. So that just spread or widens the gap between Bill Hardwick for the district, for the Senate district, 16. Philip got some votes. That's awesome. I'm glad to hear that. Young guy getting out there and just going after it. Like I said earlier in the broadcast, if you'd like to join us here online, we can make that happen. I'll bring you right in there, put your face right there in that little square with your headphones on, your microphone, and whatnot. Talk our way through this election process. Yeah, it's exciting, and we can have a lot of fun. So that's some good sounds right there. I'm still doing some improvements on our audio, video equipment, and our little gadgets and such. I can't figure out why one doesn't seem to want to work, but that's all right. But if you want to come online and chit-chat and contribute and be part of the conversation live and online with a face and microphone, let me know. I'll send you a link, bring you right on board, just like we had Philip on earlier. Works flawlessly. Works great. And people can make fun of the way you look, and we can all giggle about it. So 24 viewers, that's amazing. Thank you all for joining us. Keep an eye on the Pulaski County Clerk's Office Facebook page. To the best of my knowledge, it's the only outlet for election results. And I'm not seeing anything new. These are KY3 numbers right here that you're looking at, that directly from their website. Aaron Saxon Associates, of course. Refreshed every 2 minutes. Yeah, Amendment 5, not a chance. Amendment 4, not a chance. Amendment 1, definite looking favorable. Let's see if Bill and Don's catching up a little bit. Hannah's got 115 votes. Anybody know the number of registered voters in Senate District 16? There's a trivia question for you. Alexa, can you tell me how many registered voters there are in Senate District 16 of Missouri?
I don't have the exact registered voter count for Senate District 16. Missouri overall has about 4.15 million registered voters.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, it's not looking good for those amendments, like Mr. Pappas there says. As far as the other elections going on, Virginia just got over 95 voters. Virginia, are you saying there's 95,000 voters registered in Senate District 16? Question mark. Because we'll be waiting a long time. Thank you so much, Jennifer. I appreciate your comment. Right now, I've got Keith Pritchard leading Rudy by 6 votes, so that's pretty close. Wow. That's still 45,000 votes. That's a lot. So we got a long ways to go before this night's over. Good googly moogly. A lot of votes count. I think as long as they don't have any hardware failures, and if it works like you said it does with that little SD card with all the voting information on it. You can look on my webpage, Mr. Pappas. Look in the chat dialogue above you. There's a link to what I was able to snag from David Ernst's Facebook page. Right there, just look for Pulaski Talks website, PulaskiTalks.com, and it should be a little red banner across the top of the screen, and it should tell you right away where the link is to our results page. Of course, the numbers that I have may be in question. We have lots of new followers. Hey, for everybody that's following us right now, thank you so much for your new followers. We really appreciate it. Me and the cats, we love you to pieces, and it makes us all kinds of fun to do this. We did this a long time ago, a couple years ago, a couple election cycles ago when there's a sheriff's department election here in Pulaski County, and at the time there was no way possible for you as a voter to ask questions of a candidate directly. And that was very irritating. The only way you ask questions is go to the Republican or the party meet the candidate event and submit your questions for possible asking. And my own opinion, I thought that was the most ridiculous thing I ever heard of. So we decided to do our own thing. And right now we have lots of times we have the candidates come in here and visit with us and interview with us, and everybody can ask them questions. So that's how we got started with this little ball of fun. So it's been a hell of a joy. So we appreciate you all joining us from near and far. Dorothy Skaggs, Wanda Fox Creech, Charlene Reagan, thank you so much. Stephanie Mitchell, Allison Vidal. 5 others. We're going to crack that 1,500 mark here pretty soon. That's amazing. Let's see. I don't know if I got any new followers on YouTube. We'll check that out later. But if you want to see all of our videos, and I mean all of them, you will not find them on Facebook. Facebook does not keep them for very long. 30 days, I believe. But we got our YouTube channel, and I hate to bring it up, but it's got to happen. You got to see it to believe it. My channel. There it is. The Pulaski Talks website or Facebook. Oh, if that just don't make you mad some days. There's our YouTube page. If you're interested, I'll put a capture right here in the comments. And I always like watching shows via YouTube rather than Facebook. I just rather do. Let me get over here, and I got to put that on the Facebook thread too. I use a whole bunch of software to make this thing happen right now. You'll see a lot of gear. This gear is expensive. What do we see? There's the comment. So you'll see the link directly to the Facebook or YouTube page for Pulaski Talks. We invite you to subscribe. And actually, the more subscribers I get on Facebook or on YouTube, the better. In that, I don't make any money. As I said it earlier in the show, I got a payment from Facebook today for $6 for everything I did over the past month. Which was kind of funny. I thought, well, it's better than nothing. And that's for the movie content, the videos, the articles, and such like that. We push out of here, and but we're not doing it for money. It sure helps buy new widgets and new toys when we do need to upgrade our stuff. So just checking on our YouTube messages. Don't have any right now. Matter of fact, I need to see if I can share that real quick. Just checking on our. Oh, you're actually watching me. Watching me. Messages. Don't have any right now. Matter of fact, I need to see if I can. Well, it's like that mirror trick that goes on forever and ever. Anyway, I'll do that later. Once again, we do appreciate you chiming in. If you'd like to join us live here online, virtually, I can bring you in from almost everywhere, and I'll bring your camera shot right there, and we can join us in our discussions and lively interaction. And as we track the progress of the election results coming from our county clerk's office down in Waynesville, Missouri, Dave Ernst being the county clerk, doing an outstanding job. He's, a matter of fact, retiring, thus opening up his position to 3 candidates. Glenn Asklin was one of them, Miss Medland, Wendy Medland, and the gentleman whose name slips me, but that's allowed. Okay, there's Daryl Todd. No election results are reported at the Pulaski County Courthouse. This is not unusual for high turnout elections. This is straight out of Daryl Todd's mouth. Let me see if I can get back to where you can see that. Nope, not yet. But anyway, that's what he says. So with that, we'll stand by and wait. Just wait longer. I think we had a great turnout. I really do. The amount of money that flowed through, specifically the Senate District 16 campaign, and the level of attention and the outside funds, out-of-state funds from casinos and from slot machine, and the level of targeting between candidates in the Senate race was fun to watch. Oh, there's Jack. He just let my door open. Give me a second. That about scared the crap out of me. What's up, buddy? Had to shut the door on. And while I'm doing that, I, of course, pulled the mic out, my headphones out. So give me a second. Does everybody still hear me? They're checking the sound level on my headphones. I'm sure our Pulaski County clerk and his office down there are working diligently to get these numbers out, because we're all very interested. Specifically with the high impact, I call it high impact election for Senate District 16 and the House seats. Lots of interest going on. Let me see here. I don't know where I put all my flippy floppy pages at. Pulaski Talks, Pulaski Daily News, Clerk's Office. Let me go back. There he is. Nothing yet on Dave's page. Nothing new. What was the turnout? You said steady flow. Anybody, Dixon? Anybody from Dixon around here talk about the election? What you did? What you seen at your precinct? I need to get Fresca to sponsor me. The drink of champions and cat lovers everywhere. Caffeine free, calorie free, grapefruit citrus original. I was drinking that growing up and still love it. Anybody, I had Dewey Resch comment earlier. He come in from Crocker, talked about how it was going smoothly there, in and out real quick. St. Robert, can't say enough about how smooth the process was. We were in and out of there in 15 minutes. Bunch of professionals doing a great job in supporting the civic duty of voting. Refresh this. See if we got any more results here. Bill Hardwick. Ooh, that's a big jump. That's a big jump. Bill Hardwick showing at 50.2%. That's very impressive. Hannah's jumped up to 523. That's a big jump also. We got a long way to go. Phillip's got 115 votes. Way to go, Phillip. Come on. Who is not rooting for Phillip? Everybody's rooting for Phillip. It takes some special personal courage to jump up there and engage. I hate to see that. I was hoping for something different. Just personally. Amendment 1 looked pretty favorable. 82.6% thus far. 284,000 votes. Amendment 4, 290 votes over 68,000 votes for no. 80.9% voting no so far. Amendment 5, income tax snap. I'll keep that to myself. 280,000 votes no. Gap is widening. I thought we just covered that. Oh, yeah. It's very significant. Yeah, I can imagine Eric Burlinson. He got the backing by Trump, so he's pulling ahead there. I follow his page. Zoe starts to scream at you when she doesn't get her way. For those that aren't aware, oh wait a minute, Oh yeah, Nick, I've got all the documents. I've got them all. All of them out of state. Treasurer's in state. And it's like I stated earlier in the podcast, you can just about guarantee these out-of-state PAC money sources do not have Missouri's best interests at heart whatsoever. You could not convince me of that. Here we are again, Bill Hardwick pulling way ahead right now at 53% with 1,400 votes over the nearest competitor. 587 votes for Don Mayhew. But like Virginia said earlier, there's 90,000 registered voters in Senate District 16. And so if we expect or estimate or forecast a 50% turnout, which would be very high, there's still 45,000 votes to count. Estimated. 121 and 124 are not being registered any votes other than what I was able to capture, what the clerk's office posted. Matter of fact, I'm going to do something right now just for everybody's benefit. You get tired of looking at that mug after a while. There you go. Best I can do. For those who are watching on their phones or their Mac or their iPads, you're going to have to suffer through. I'm not going to make it any smaller. It won't help any. Not seeing anything that's specific to me or Pulaski County. 4 and 5 seem to be like a solid rebuke to the car salesman. Juan, I could not agree with you more. Specifically, it has been my opinion since the get-go about how this idea, as bad as I think it is, came to flow. I firmly believe that our beloved governor just thought one day, the good idea fairy smacked him on the head and said, let's be like some other states. Let's have no income tax. And so they put together a plan that made no sense, little backing, little organization that nobody could explain, and voila. That's what you get. Now, I can't remember if that's 4 or 5, but that's just, of course, that's just my opinion. The good idea fairy comes to town and starts smacking people on the head with these broad-based ideas that have no logical reason of passing. Christian County, they got done quick. Or they're feeding the fire. Let me go to the state website. Give me a second. Probably the entire state of Missouri. Oh, come on. Don't do that. Oh, good. It's on the screen. Bill Hartwig. Bill, if you want to come online, that'd be awesome. Or any candidate for that matter. So Pulaski County, look, you guys are watching the same thing I'm watching as me pull it up. I've got nothing at the state level thus far, but I'm assuming those will be populated once they're certified. So that doesn't mean anything. And it's only been an hour and 45 minutes. So we got to cool the engines, and yeah, I know. It's awesome stuff. What song, what band? Anyway, trivia. Useless information is plugging up this brain pan in my head. Cool the Engines. Very famous band. Think about it. No Googling. Song is Cool the Engines. Very famous band. I can't play it on here, otherwise Facebook and YouTube will block my broadcast. Alexa, give me a 20-second countdown.
20-second countdown started.
All right. Somebody needs to chime in there. I got 25 viewers online that are registered. And so the song is Cool the Engines. A little trivia as we're going along. Oh, there it goes. Nobody answered. It is Boston. Thank you, Alexa. Boston. Cool the Engines. No, you're done. Alexa, stop the timer. Cool the Engines. It's a little bit overproduced for my flavor. Not my favorite band in the world, but they had some good songs on their original albums. It's my ass. Boston. Damn, Glenn. Oh, I'm sorry. Pardon my French. Good job. You're the only one that commented. You get a sound effect. Maybe I can get one of these to work. There we go. I figured it out. You get a turkey, Glenn. You get a turkey. That's the best that I can do. Love it when things come together like that. In a world. Let's check out Dave Ernst's page again. See if we got anything new. Come on, Dave. Roll the dice, roll the dice, roll the dice, roll the dice. Roll the dice. Nothing. Not seeing anything yet. How long is this going to take? What movie was that? Movie trivia. Anybody? How long is this going to take? Oh, St. Louis Public Radio has called Amendment 4 and 5. That's awesome. Thank you, Virginia. That's good news. That is good news. Good news to hear. I'm going to copy this so I don't know if everybody can see that comment, but I'm going to copy your comment. When I comment in here, it'll go to the YouTube folks that are watching from far and wide. But thank you for participating and chiming in. And what you get, there you go. That's the way it should be right there. There's Virginia chiming in. Glenn chiming in, participating in it, being a team player. That's such good stuff. All right. Well, we're just in a wait out phase right now, and until we get some updated news. I wish we had like a notification system in the county of Pulaski where they could alert everybody to the results being published rather than have to troll a Facebook page for results. Very good, Glenn. Boy, you are a winner. You get a
Combo breaker.
one of those, whatever that is. But you get one of those. Madagascar, King Julian, one of my favorite characters ever. Glenn, you are on fire. This little toy is going to be fun.
Bruh.
Yeah, we're going to have a lot of fun with this. So you're watching close, Glenn. You can watch if you win this election, how close the public follows elections and how impatient they seem to be for no reason whatsoever when they're waiting on the voter count. They're just thinking, where's Dave? Hello, Dave. Where's the voter count, Dave? Oh. Nope, nothing yet. Still nothing yet. So we'll have to continue to watch KY3's feed and tracker. I can't add update my roster, my tracker until I get from the county the true results. Hey, Philip, I don't know if you're watching at home, but you're rolling in some votes, big dog. The comments on Daryl Todd's page are pretty funny, too. People waiting for the votes. It's pretty funny. It's kind of loud. If I turn off the noise, you got the air conditioner running, you can hear that. It gets kind of noisy. But for those that were asking, that sent me messages, this is a Rode, R-O-D-E, podcast mic USB. And it does a really good job. It's got lots of tools and tricks to get out the noise when I'm talking, stuff like that. This is a Rode podcast or Rode Pod Mic USB. And if you're ever going to buy one of these for your computer, make sure it's a USB. They have another one specifically for mixers and such like that I've got for down in the downstairs studio. All right. Let's refresh the KY3 page. See if anything's changed. We're not going to worry about Amendment 4 and 5. They're done. Amendment 1 is going to be definitely called right there. Over 500,000, over 100,000. I would call it, but that's just me. Ike Skelton, Jake Skelton. No, Ike Skelton's behind Jake Vogel. Rudy Veit. Bill is still out ahead, 2,500 votes to 1,630, followed by Hannah. Hannah has overtaken Don Mayhew, 1,630 votes. Very close, or very dynamic race going on there. Those numbers are changing every time we hit refresh. What else we got? Nothing for Mars. If anybody gets a notification of some sort about clerk's office, sending out their numbers and such, just let everybody know in the comments. Yeah, big surprise. There's a grumpy cat. And for those just joining us, and I know I've said this to 5-10 times tonight, that's for those that have been listening the whole time. My name is Doug Fowler in Pulaski Talks, and if you're just joining us, we are broadcasting. All right, let me check. David Day says clerk's office just got some changes, so let's look at it. I got too many tabs open, too many tabs. Where's it? David. Oh, there we go. Unofficial absentee ballot just came in. Let me change the screen. One patient, please. Where's that news ticker? Anybody got a news ticker? There we go. Here we go. I'm going to pop them on the screen. Absentee ballot. Virginia, you got 295. And Jeff Thomas, well, that's expected. You can, I'll let you read for yourself down at the bottom there. I got to shrink this screen a little bit. Let me see here. Give me a second there on the screen, everybody. I'm reading it as I'm going. I'm not shutting anybody off. Tara got 67. Mike Miguel, 144 over 89 for Dr. Slider. Again, this is the absentee ballot. Mark Prue over to Paul Gritter, page 3 of 3. I want to make sure I'm looking at the absentee. That was absentee. That's absentee. Mark Prue's taking it to 149 over 98. Constitutional Amendment 1, yes, 1077 over 236. Constitutional Amendment number 2, 1023 over 278, yes. Constitutional Amendment 4, no, 1045 over 267. And Constitutional Amendment 5, no, at 1110 over 199. See if we got anything else. Absentee official. Unofficial numbers. Bill Hardwick, 581. I need to update my numbers here. Over Don Mayhew, 234. Hannah Kelly 73, but we just looked at those, and Philip Lohman 20. That's just Pulaski Talks. State Representative District 121 Republican Party, Keith Pritchard 456 over Ben Rudy 137. State Representative 124 Republican Party, Kevin Onstott 159 over Tony Lazek 94 and Chris Weebury at 41. Presiding Commissioner Gene Newkirk 483, Rob Goodrich 416. County Clerk Whitney Medlin 413. Dustin Robertson 363. Glenn Askland 88. Again, this is the absentee ballot. Tara's got 46. Miguel, I already went over these, so yeah, that's the absentee ballot. Is there anything underneath there? No, absentee is published. So while you guys are watching, I gotta do some math. I wish I could have made this easier. Yes, I can. Stand by. This is just absentee ballot, once again. And for... Where is my eyesight going? I know I just read that out loud with these eyes. Here we go. For State Representative District 121 Republican Party, Keith Pritchard 456 over 137 for Ben Rudy. Again, this is the absentee ballot only. I've got to find a calculator. I did not design this to automatically add. Oh, well. Alexa, what's 46 plus? Oh, never mind. I guess I got my phone, don't I? Wherever that is. Right behind this wonderful tasting fresca, the Breakfast of Champions. So what I'm doing, I'm updating my website so you guys can look at it, but I didn't realize when I made it, when I update the numbers, I can't just add the new numbers. I've got to add the old number with the new number. I can't believe the cats can't do this. Philip, 20 votes, an absentee. That's awesome. Don Mayhew. Sorry for the awkward silence, everyone. It's updating the website. That one. Tony got, Lazik's got 94. Next year I'll be better prepared. I'll learn this stuff. I mean, with all this artificial intelligence, we shouldn't have to do math anymore. I don't think that's too much to ask. All right, that's updated through 124. 121 is updated. Miguel has got 22. All right, let's see if Dave's got anything else out there for us. Unofficial Big Piney. Unofficial Swedberg. Oh, we're getting some stuff now. Swedberg, let's go. Whitney's taking that, clerk. Onstott. Hardwick. Okay. Goodrich with 77. Over Gene Newkirk with 40. I won't be going into the details regarding the constitutional amendments. I think they're almost a given. So that's Swedberg. I'll add those to our tallies. I'll probably add that once Dave gets the entire thing done. This is unofficial Big Piney. Dustin Robertson takes the clerk 28-20 over Whitney, and Glenn has 5. Glenn has 5. State Representative District 121, Keith Pritchard 36, Ben Rudy 25. Bill Hardwick 32, Hannah Kelly 20, Don Mayhew 8, Philip Lohman 1. State Representative District 121, Democratic Party, Miguel 6, Miguel Ariales, and Dr. Slider 5. Can't get much closer than that. There we go. So, got the unofficial Big Piney. Unofficial Dixon. Drum roll, everybody. Unofficial Dixon. Big screen. Big screen. Bill Hardwick, 507. Over Philip Lohman, 9. 107 for Don Mayhew. Hannah Kelly, 46. State Representative 121 District, Republican Party, Ben Rudy, 24. Keith Pritchard, 65, it appears. Yeah, that's right. 66, I'm sorry. Total votes 90. Again, State Representative District 121 for Dixon is Keith Pritchard at 66, Ben Rudy at 24. Unofficial results, of course. State Representative District 124 for Republican Party, Tony Lazix, 132. Chris Webbery, 120. Kevin Onstott, 256. Presiding Commissioner Gene Newkirk, 351. Rob Goodrich, 275. This is Dixon now, unofficial. County Clerk, Republican Party, Whitney Medlin, 281. Dustin Robertson, 292. Glenn Asklin, 39. State Representative, District 121, Democratic Party for Dixon, unofficial. Charles Slider, 6. Miguel Arielanes. You know I'm blowing that name out of the water. 3. And I'm not going to get into those, but that's Dixon right there, unofficial. Getting exciting. Numbers are coming in. Yay. So that's unofficial Dixon. Let's check KY3, see what it's got to say. I'll change the page here in a second. There we go. Now, this is KY3, just refreshed. Won't get into the amendments. I think they're a given. We're going to look at the Hannah Kelly is pulled up ahead of Bill Hardwick. Right there, folks. You heard it here first. 44-57 for Hannah. Bill Hardwick, 43-35. Don Mayhew, 1948. Philip Lohman, 455. Votes estimated 43% of the votes are in. Estimated. That's important. Scrolling down here, see what else they got. These are different county results. Just don't want to miss anything. How you spell Pulaski? Is that with an X? P-U. Nothing official. Go back to Dave. Stand by for Enhance. What movie is that? Enhance. Another key term used in that movie, shenanigans. All right, back on Dave's page. Shenanigans was used in that movie. It's an awesome movie. Sorry about that. Refresh Dave's page. We are now looking at unofficial diction, and we already just went over those. So we're going to wait a little bit. Hannah Kelly appears to have taken the lead over Bill Hardwick. I do not know if that includes Pulaski County numbers or not. I would almost, let me check this real quick. Oh, you're welcome. Thanks, Juan. You're welcome, Justin. I will update my website numbers once they're final. It's too hard to do the math and update them as the increments come in. Incremental numbers come in for the different precincts. There's a way I could do it programmatically, but I'm not going to do that. Not tonight, anyway. And for those that are just getting started or learning about AI, I tell you what, it's some powerful stuff. If you ever want some tips on how to use it, I've been able to make it sing a lot, do a lot of things, get a lot of them working together. And for those that are just joining us at home or far away from Pulaski County, Missouri, my name is Douglas Fowler. I am your host here at Pulaski Talks, broadcasting from the undeclared capital of South Central Missouri, St. Robert, also the gateway to Fort Leonard Wood. I can't remember the latest number of trainees we go through Fort Leonard Wood every year, 50, 70,000, something like that. So chemical school, MP school, engineer school, lots of MPs here. I think the largest contingent of military or Marines outside of a Marine base. So that's what we're doing tonight, is following the election here local. If you'd like to join us and join the discussion around what's going on in the political world in this election process, just send me a note in the comments or on our Facebook page, and I'll try to get back to you in time. But most likely in the comments, if you're really interested in joining me, and I'll pop your video footage right there in that little square, or right there if you're on your iPhone or phone or iPad, and you'll join the conversation, like our friend. I'm getting tired. Anyway, if you're interested in doing that, just let me know in the comments. Linda Jackson Burgess. Thank you, Linda, for joining us. Jimmy Doyle, appreciate it. Let's do a refresh. Do we have a drum roll? Does anybody have a drum roll? I don't think that's it. No, nothing new from Dixon or from Dave. That's all right. We'll patiently wait. Well, I'm going to get me a refill. You guys stand by really close. I'll be right back. Enjoy the tunage while it's on, while we can. James Breckenridge. Oh, thank you, sir. Hey, welcome aboard. Which screen are you looking at? Are you on a thin and narrow, or vertical, or horizontal? All right, I'm going to wait. St. Robert just posted. Stand by. Stand by. Stand by. All hands on deck. All hands on deck. Headphones. All right, let's see. Cut the music, everybody. Didn't work. There it worked. All right, St. Robert just posted, standing by. Mr. Breckenridge, Mayor, type one each. Are you on a laptop? It's horizontal, so I will try to zoom that in more. That's about as good as it's going to get. Oh, once I increase it and bring up the results, give me a second. Refresh, drum roll. I don't have a drum roll sound. And unofficial Crocker. Unofficial Richland. Unofficial St. Robert. We're going in order now. Nobody's in front. Here we go. That's as big as I can make it. Mark Prue still standing ahead for the Cullen Township Committeeman for the Democratic Party. We're not going to worry about the amendments, as we said. Those are almost a sure thing. Mark Alford, our congressman, is still taking the lead. Yeah, I seen that. Thank you so much. I'll pull them up in a second. Bill Hardwick still ahead, 499 over Don Mayhew, 157. And over Hannah Kelly at 102. And Philip Lohman and St. Robert representing at 29. State Representative District 121, Republican Party, Keith Pritchard at 520. Ben Rudy at 244. I say that again. State Representative District 121, unofficial at St. Robert, Missouri, Keith Pritchard at 520. Ben Rudy at 244. State Representative District 124, Republican Party, Kevin Onstadt, 8. Tony Lasix, 7. Chris Weebury, 3. Presiding Commissioner, Mr. Gene Niekert, 442. That's 442. Rob Goodrich, 318. Still pretty close. County Clerk, Dustin Robertson, 356. Whitney Medlin, 276. Glenn Askland, 99. Again, that's the County Clerk, Republican Party. Dustin Robertson, 356. Whitney Medlin, 276. I may have my number off. My glasses are getting, my eyes are tired. And Glenn Askland, 99. What's next over here? County Treasurer. Oh, he's already a winner. We're not going to read into that. State Representative District 121, Democratic Party, Miguel Arialas, 173. Charles Slider, 132. Again, State Representative District 121, Democratic Party, Miguel Arialas, 173. Charles Slider, 132. And I'm just passing through the ones that there's no competition or whatever. They're running by themselves. Okay, that's St. Robert. Awesome sauce right there. Now, next in line from the unofficial St. Robert is unofficial Richland. Here we go. Drum roll. Okay, what's the nearest thing we can get for a drum roll? All right, that'll have to do. Here we go. Mark Alford for Congressman. Don Mayhew, 145 for Richland. Bill Hardwick, 99. Hannah Kelly, 34. Philip Lohman, 11. That's State Senate District 16, Republican Party. Don Mayhew, 145. Bill Hardwick, 99. Hannah Kelly, 34. Philip Lohman, 11. State Representative District 124, Republican Party. Kevin Onstadt, 126. Tony Lasix, 91. Presiding Commissioner for unofficial Richland, Republican Party, Rob Goodrich, 168. Gene Newkirk, 110. County Clerk, Republican Party, Dustin Robertson, 148. Whitney Medlin, 117. Gene Asklin, 13. Nothing contested on the rest of Richland right there? Nope. Again, we're not going to go over the amendments. It's my opinion and my opinion alone that that's almost a given. Next up is unofficial Crocker. Drum roll, please. Oh, suspense. Love it. Mark Alford is in the lead. Don Mayhew for Crocker, unofficial. I believe it's 290. Yeah, 290, unofficial from Crocker. Don Mayhew, State Senate District 16, Republican Party. Bill Hardwick, 243. Hannah Kelly, 77. Philip Lohman, 13. State Representative District 124, Republican Party. Kevin Onstott, 375. Tony Lazix, 121. Again, Kevin Onstott, 375. Tony Lazix, 121. Presiding Commissioner, Rob Goodrich, 457. 457 to Rob Goodrich, Republican Party. Presiding Commissioner, Gene Newkirk, 155. Again, Rob Goodrich, 457. Gene Newkirk, 156. County Clerk, Republican Party. Whitney Medlin, 342. Dustin Robertson, 222. Gene Asklin, 29. Again, Republican Party, County Clerk. Whitney Medlin, 342. Dustin Robertson, 222. Glenn Asklin, 29. And next, nothing worth reporting. Paul Gritter, 1. Cullen Township Committeeman. Mark Pruse, 0. Sorry, Paul. I know you're tracking. I didn't mean to skip over you. We're not going to go over the amendments once again. We had a lot of turnout right there. Good stuff. All right. Unofficial Crocker's in the books. Let's see what's next. Come on, Dave, roll the dice. Do we got anything? Unofficial Lakeway. Let's give it up. Whoa. Yeah, I know. That's not very exciting. Here we go. Unofficial Lakeway. Nick Pappas, he voted there. I don't know if it matters, but here we go. Mark Alford, as expected, State Senate District 16, Republican Party. Bill Hardwick, 286. Don Mayhew, 141. Hannah Kelly, 65. And Philip Lohman, 23. State Representative District 121, Republican Party. Ben Rudy, 1. Keith Pritchard, 0. State Representative District 124, Republican Party. Kevin Onstott, 241. Tony Lazix, 173. Chris Weberly, sorry if I'm messing up the names, 60. Again, State Representative District 124, Republican Party. Kevin Onstott, 241. Tony Lazix, 173. And Chris Weberly, 60. The presiding commissioner for Lakeway, unofficial, Republican Party, Gene Newkirk, 258. Rob Goodrich, 245. Again, presiding commissioner, Republican Party, Gene Newkirk, 258. Rob Goodrich, 245. County Clerk, Republican Party for Lakeway unofficial, Dustin Robertson, 269. Whitley Medlin, 181. Glenn Asklin, 36. Again, it's Dustin Robertson, 269. Whitley Medlin, 161. And Glenn Asklin, 36. Next thing of interest, next race, I should say. State Representative District 121, Democratic Party, Miguel Ariales, 2. Charles Slider, none. Again, State Representative District 121, Democratic Party, Miguel Ariales, 2. Charles Slider, none. Cullen Township Committeeman, Democratic Party, Paul Gritter, 15. Mark Prue, 14. Again, Cullen Township Committeeman, Democratic Party, Paul Gritter, 15. Mark Prue, 14. I think that's about it, folks. Yep, that's about it for Lakeway. Let me check the questions. Waynesville is posted. Stand by. Waynesville's coming up. Here we go. Refresh. Gotta have sound effects. I don't see Waynesville yet. There is unofficial Waynesville. Stand by. We're getting our ducks in an order. Yeah, I'm a killer. All right. Bill Hardwick, 499. Waynesville unofficial. Don Mayhew, 164. Hannah Kelly, 73. Philip Lohman, 27. Again, a state senator district, 16 Republican Party. Bill Hardwick, 499. Don Mayhew, 164. Hannah Kelly, 73. Philip Lohman, 27. State Representative District 121 Republican Party. Keith Pritchard, 365. I'm thinking I've got that right. Could be 385. I'm sorry. I'm going to say 365 to Ben Rudy, 161. But that's about as best as I can see it. Let me get my eyes a little bit closer. 385 for Keith Pritchard, 161 for Ben Rudy. State Representative District 124 Republican Party. Kevin Onstott, 90 for Waynesville unofficial. Kevin Onstott, 90. Tony Lazick, 74. Chris Weberry, 27. Presiding Commissioner, Republican Party. G. Newkirk, 400. 400. Rob Goodrich, 329. County Clerk, Republican Party. Dustin Robertson, 324. Whitney Medlin, 270. Glenn Asklund, 93. Again, that's County Clerk, Republican Party. Dustin Robertson, 324. Whitney Medlin, 270. Glenn Asklund, 93. State Representative District 121 Democratic Party, Miguel Ariales, 121. Correction. It's 112. 112. Miguel Ariales, 112. Charles Slider, 53. Cullen Township Committeeman, Democratic Party, Mark Prue, 119. Paul Gritter, 73. Again, Cullen Township Committeeman, Democratic Party, Mark Prue, 119, 119 to Paul Gritter, 73. Oh, how exciting. All right. Anything else? Somebody come on. Is that Waynesville? Okay, that's Waynesville. I suppose the finals will be coming in soon. What's left? I have to think. We went over the absentee. It's got to be the totals. Thanks, Mr. Mayor. Appreciate you chiming in and watching us. Means a lot, really do. Big turnout, 12%. That's awesome. It seemed to be. Even some observers we had were out there and were chiming in. Give me a second break real quick here as I pause the recording and start anew. All right, we're back. It's bad when you got a bad back. You just move a little bit and the world just goes numb. Fresca, the drink of champions. I'm just saying. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Appreciate you chiming in and your participation as always. I'm thankful for all that you do for the residents of St. Robert. Doggone it, you're on it. What do we got for them? No, that's not for you, Mayor. Sorry. Got a little carried away there. There you go, Mr. Mayor. I'll give you that. Oh, this is even better. There you go, sir. Mr. Breckenridge, Mayor of St. Robert, Missouri, the undeclared capital of South Central Missouri, that is, and the gateway to Fort Leonard Wood. Appreciate you, everybody, that's still hanging fresh with us. I don't know what's left. I'm kind of brain dead. What time is it? Oh, my God. 9:34. I should have been an hour bed hours ago. All right, I'm seeing nothing new here, nothing new here, nothing here. Let's go out to KY3's website. What do you say? We say. See what they got on elections that matter to us. There we go. Let's look at this while we're waiting for the county clerk to generate some more fun for us. Now I got to find it on my browser. There we go. All right, refresh. Let's get a little noise for it.
Combo breaker.
Yeah, that's right. Styling and profiling. We are at the top of KY3's roster, the report. Let's see what they got that's new from us. We're not going to cover the amendments. We already talked about that. If you see something I'm missing, if I scroll too fast, just let me know. They're calling the elections on lots of them already, the check mark, projected winners. Projected winner, no, he's not calling it yet, but Bill Hardwick is back in the lead thus far. 7,750 votes over Hannah Kelly, 7,164 votes. Then comes Don Mayhew at 4,064. 4,064, and Philip Lohman, 858, 859. Good job, Philip. Doggone it, he's on it like a spider monkey. Oh, thank you so much, Kayla. I appreciate it. Kiala, I got your name right. And that's important. That's big news right there. It's a close race. State Senate. You've seen the campaign flyers. Some of those were just pathetic. And I called the candidates out on some of the stuff. Of course, they wouldn't. Those ones that I reached out to and gave them a nice, firm opinion on wouldn't respond, which is to be expected. Looking down here at anything else that may apply to Pulaski County. If you want me to find something for you, let me know. But I think that's about it. We'll keep an eye on Senate District 16. Again, Bill Hardwick is taking the lead, 39.1% of the vote to Hannah Kelly's 36.1% of the vote. There are some serious money rolling around. Philip, you did a great job. Come on now. That's a lot of votes you got. And they're not even done counting. I quit updating my page. I'll wait till they get the finals. Let's see if Dave's got some numbers for us here. What did you get, Philip? You got almost 1,000. I'm going to bet Philip's going. Let's put a. How many do you think votes that Philip's going to get? He may not win it, but by God, he put his best foot forward. I'm saying 1,500 votes. That's what I'm betting on. Excuse me very much. I'm sorry. Here we go. We're back to Dave Ernst's page there at Pulaski County Clerk there in Waynesville, Missouri. Him and his crew doing a fantastic job here today. You got to admit, that is a stressful job. Running around the county, counting all those votes, keeping things orderly, and all the volunteers that volunteered to be observers, election observers and the like, all throughout the county. Hats off to you guys. Hats off to making it possible for us to execute our civic duty and vote. Here we go. Refresh. David Ernst. I got a surprise for you? No. Unofficial Lakeway. We already had that. Already had Crocker. Oh, I got to change the screen, don't I? Maybe I'll hold you in suspense. got Dixon. I think we're waiting on this finals. And I haven't got a running tally of votes. Anybody else got a running tally? Philip, I can't say it enough. $400. You did a fine job. Way to stand up there and engage. All right. I don't know what's left for Dave to do, and Dave and his crew to do down there in Waynesville, other than the final numbers. So we're going to hang around till then, for sure. We really do appreciate everybody chiming in and staying with us. So it's the past 3 hours and 41 minutes. Really means a lot to me and the cats, wherever they are. So, really appreciate it. I could barely hear that. Wow. You go, Philip. This is for you. My man, Philip. It's all right. I do want to give a shout out to all the candidates that stuck their necks out and decide they're going to stand up for something. However that song goes. Got to stand for something or you fall for anything. Who was the singer? Trivia of that song. Now we're in Missouri on the southern part of I-44. Who sung that song while you were waiting for Dave and the crew down there at Pulaski County Clerk office to give us our final unofficial tallies? Still waiting. Enhance. Nobody gave me that name of that movie either. Enhance. John Mellencamp. Very close. I forgot what I asked you, Mary. Oh. Aaron Tippin, thank you, Teresa. It already slipped my mind what question I asked. Aaron Tippin, you've got the prize. There you go. You get one of those. Aaron Tippin. Good try, Mary Miller. But Aaron Tippin, already forgotten. Now going back to the movie trivia as we wait for David Ernst and his fabulous crew down there at the county courthouse to tally up the scores and the votes for Pulaski County's vote election today, August 4th. What movie was it where the actor was saying enhance, enhance, enhance? And as a bonus, the term shenanigans was used in the movie. At least twice. I won't give any more hints. I'm not going to give you hints, but I'm going to say it again. Shenanigans and enhance. Enhance. Anybody? Got him thinking. Wish my cats were here to see this or hear this. They already went to bed. Anybody? Anybody? Matter of fact, they've made the third version of that movie. It's just released. Awesome sauce. Juan Vidal, you are a master at your trade. Awesome. That's an awesome movie. Super Troopers, too late. Des Hunt. Juan Vidal. He got it. Yeah. I haven't seen the version 3 of the movie yet. But man, I love the first one and the second one. Who wants to go to Mexico? Very good. Very good. Super Troopers is it. Now, here's a quote from a fabulous movie, one of the best movies ever made, where one of the lead actors did not want to play in the movie at all. Here's the line. If the rule that you follow led you to this point, what good was the rule? I'll say it one more time. If the rule that you followed led you to this point, what good was the rule? Now, that may be a little bit off, but you'll pick up the general topic, the theme. One of the best movies out there. I'm not going to get any actor names. I'm not going to get any hints other than that line. No. Wrong. You get a turkey. Sorry, Kiala. Not it. Not Super Troopers. Oh, that was Super Troopers. That was the last question. Sorry. That's it. I thought he was talking about this question. If the rule that you followed led you to this point, what good was the rule? Name me some Jeopardy sounds. Ooh, Kiala, you got so close. I'm going to give it to you. No Country for Old Men. Javier Bardem, Tommy Lee Jones. Tommy Lee Jones? Yeah, it's Tommy Lee. Oh, yes, Mr. Mayor, that is it. What an excellent movie. Good job, everybody. Everybody gets a something here. There you go. Awesome sauce. Let's see if Dave's got any news for us. Dave Ernst and his crew down at the Pulaski County Courthouse doing a fantastic job today. Nothing yet totals. Nothing yet. All unofficial. Exactly. That's the full quote. Think if the rule that you followed brought you to this, of what use was the rule? I love that quote. That was so good. Didn't end up so good for Woody Harrelson's character, but what an awesome movie. I love Josh Brolin too. I could watch about anything with that guy in it. Sicario movies were fantastic. No Country for Old Men. That's where I first fell in love with him. There's a funny thing about that movie. If those that are watching at home will remember watching No Country for Old Men, when Josh Brolin's character comes across the satchel out in the middle of nowhere, and he looks around and he went, he made one noise. Well, he had to argue with the directors or make a plea for the case. They had to do something, and he made that noise during when he picked up the satchel of money. And whenever they premiered the movie, and the directors, those famous guys, and I can't remember the names of them right now, whenever Josh Brolin's character would make that sound, they would break out laughing during the premiere because they just thought it was so hilarious. But I actually loved that he did that part. And I wish I could pull it up. I wish I had the connectivity right now or the patience to do it. But it's such a great movie. Now, be forewarned, it is one of the biggest names or best scary movies that's out there. Carrie Ann Barbaric. I didn't catch that name. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you so much for sharing it. Becky Askeland, thank you so much for liking it and following it. Be sure to follow the show. Specifically on YouTube is where we get a lot of traction and a lot of views. And even though this broadcast has gone on for our longest ever 3 hours and 50 minutes, 9:47 p.m., it's crazy. I should be in bed hours ago. We will download it. We will chop it up into pieces, into little bits for YouTube and reels for Facebook. Makes it fun to get a lot more views that way. We get a lot of traffic. If you're not from Pulaski County, you're watching from abroad, we'd like to know where you're dialing in from and viewing. And sure exciting to have new viewers come in and talk to us and visit and watch and learn. And unofficial totals. Oh, drum roll. Where's the net? Where's the net? There we go, everybody. Unofficial totals. Thank you, Dave Ernst and the team down at the Pulaski County Courthouse. Bill Hardwick taking the lead for Pulaski County at the State Senate District 16 Republican Party with 2,883 votes. Don Mayhew, 1,317 votes. Hannah Kelly, 527 votes, and Philip Lohman, 136 votes total. Awesome job, Philip. Way to be there. State Representative District 121, Republican Party, Keith Pritchard, 1,506. Ben Rudy, 634. Again, State Representative District 121, Keith Pritchard, 1,506. Ben Rudy, 634. State Representative District 124, Republican Party, Kevin Onstadt, 1339, 1339. Tony Lazek, 729. Chris Webery, 416. Again, State Representative District 124, Kevin Onstadt, 1339. Tony Lazek, 729. Chris Webery, 416. Getting exciting. Boom. Presiding Commissioner. Oh, that's close. Republican Party. Unofficial total results. Rob Goodrich, 2,384. To Gene Newkirk's 2,319. Margin within 1%. Oh, just over 1% of each other. Wow, that's close. Republican County Clerk, Republican Party, Dustin Robertson, 2085. 2085. Whitley Medlin, 2015. Glenn Askland, 435. Again, County Clerk, Republican Party, Dustin Robertson, 2085. 45.98% of the vote. Whitney Medlin, 2015, 44.43% of the vote. Glenn Askland, 435 at 9.959% of the vote. Wow, that's close too. Great job, you guys. State Representative District 121, Democratic Party, Miguel Ariales, 478 with 60% of the vote. 60.81. Charles Slider, 308 with 39.19% of the vote. Again, State Representative District 121, Democratic Party, Miguel Ariales, 478, 60.81% of the vote. Charles Slider, 308, 39.19% of the vote. Great job, you guys. Great job. Cullen Township Committeeman, Democratic Party, Mark Prue, 477 to Paul Gritters. Apologize if I messed up your name, 337. Again, Cullen Township Committeeman, Democratic Party, Mark Prue, 477 to Paul Gritter, 337. That is our election, ladies and gentlemen, of the day. Do you have any questions? We will be up for the next hour updating our website to show the totals. Of course, remember, these are the unofficial election results from our beloved county clerk's office in Pulaski County, Missouri, Waynesville Courthouse. Dave Ernst and his crew, thank you so much for everything you guys did to make this happen, allowing us to be able to execute our civic duties and vote in this election, and making it possible for us to actually read out the tallies and the scores and be done before 10 p.m. So they closed the polls at 7 p.m. and by 10 p.m. they've got the unofficial totals out. What a great job, those guys! I mean, you just can't say enough about them. That's more like it. That's what they get. They get some hype. Great job, everybody. Thank you for tuning in tonight, everyone. Remember to follow us on or subscribe to us on YouTube. It helps us out with the ratings and cycles, and the bigger community we build for YouTube, the better. We can control the audience and stuff like that, narrow it down to Pulaski County. I really do appreciate everybody sitting through the 3 hours and 55 minutes of broadcast. And the cats do appreciate you. And until next time, I appreciate everybody for following Pulaski Talks here in St. Robert, Missouri, Missouri's undeclared capital of South Central Missouri.